Okay, so today I'm going to be doing something of a little different Christmas special. Normally, what I do is I play Skyrim as like my Christmas special episode, and it allows me to kind of have that format where I say I'm only allowed to play Skyrim on Christmas and Christmas only because it's so whatever. It's so addicting that I almost had to relegate and limit it that way, and it's also like a snowy kind of game, so it just kind of fits with that. So I'll do that later, probably. Still, if I have time, at least I hope I can. But yeah, I got something pretty weird last week. I just on a whim decided, okay, this year for Christmas, let me get myself a automated chessboard, and I assume that's what ChessUp was. So there's kind of a couple interesting stories with this. So this is square off like a competitor to that, one of these sort of automated or digital, special kind of boards that you see all the time. And so I was originally going to get ChessUp because I kept seeing it on chess.com's community posts on YouTube or whatever, right? I kept seeing it everywhere. And I was almost ready to buy it, and I almost bought it without thinking, but I thought, let me just look at how the automated movement works on ChessUp. And I kept looking at videos, and I kept wondering, the opponent's move keeps lighting up, but why do they keep moving it manually? Why do they keep, it would light up, and then they would move it with their hand? And I kept wondering, why can't I find a single video of it moving on its own, like with the magnets, which is what this is supposed to do? Right, so at least that's a unique, noteworthy feature that would kind of make it feel worthwhile to waste a couple $100 on any of these things, even though it's probably still not worth it. The thing with that is ChessUp doesn't actually do that as far as I could tell, whether the new one, ChessUp 2, or whether even this one, whatever, the original ChessUp. It was on Shark Tank. It had such good notoriety. It was so well known. It's directly associated with chess.com, all of that, but yet none of it led to it actually doing this most important mechanic, at least to me, something that always makes it feel worthwhile and makes it feel like it's doing something unique and actually interesting, which is obviously being able to move on its own with the magnets, which you might question a few things, right? I looked up a couple videos on this just to make sure, like I saw the pawns moving and stuff, but two questions. I never saw the knight moving. So you would think, oh, what's it going to do? Have like a spring that lets it jump up and jump over stuff, but it presumably will just slide around and move in between pieces. And also it might be a case where, like with captures, how do captures work? Like, how does the knight jump over stuff, and how do captures work? It'll probably just have the piece, like if the queen's taking the pawn, it'll just move the queen, push the pawn aside, and then the pawn will just walk off, magnetically just go to the edge of the board, I assume. So it also seems very big based on the size of the box. But no, my point is that the magnets might have some issues in calibration and whatever, but just at least at the outset, that is the part that intrigues me the most, right? I wouldn't have bought, I was going to buy ChessUp, but then I'm looking at that and I think it's dumb. And I guess I confused it because I had seen like some short little video on, this chessboard that moves by itself. So I assumed that was like the industry standard that, all of these would do that because that's such a significant feature. But no, apparently it's pretty rare, right? So this is one of them that does it, but apparently, so I'm just trashing ChessUp. Right, but no, I mean, this is going to be totally objective. I just got it for myself. It's not like, I'm sponsored or something, as if I'm big enough to even justify someone doing that. But even if it was, I wouldn't do that. So I'm going to be honest and objective. But just at the outset, that's one thing I'll clown ChessUp for and praise this just in the intention behind it. What is the point of ChessUp if that's what is it going to do? Oh, the pieces, the board lights up to show you, to teach you the game. Like it'll show you the quality of the moves, like it'll glow red for a bad move and green for a good move, and it'll teach you the game that way. But there's so many other ways to learn the game. That's not really a compelling reason to buy it, right? What does that do that you couldn't just do normally? And also, what else does it even do? I don't even know. Like it'll translate your move on your side of the board to the online, which again, presumably all of these work with the websites. It's just that one is like endorsed and affiliated directly with chess.com. But the point is that, again, it moves your move online, and that's half the battle, and that's something I like. But what about the other half, which is what I want here? So, like, I'll move my piece on my side of the board, and it should translate it to online. But you can even see my mic here out of the corner. It'll translate my move, right, if I move it on my side of the board, but it won't do that with my opponent's move. So, like, it'll translate my physical move on the board to my account online, I assume, right, is what it's supposed to be. But it won't do the second part, ChessUp or other ones probably. It won't do that part where your opponent makes a move online and then it'll transcribe it to the board, right, with the magnets. And that's important because it simulates like, that's what it would be like if you were playing against somebody, like you're playing against somebody halfway around the world, but you don't have to keep moving their pieces for them. And you're able to basically simulate what it would be like if they're sitting there and moving the pieces themselves. So there's a few considerations with that too, is like blitz and bullet probably wouldn't work very well, or the magnets might not be able to keep up and there'll be issues. So I'm not saying it's suited for that. And I did this before with the webcam. I don't use a webcam often, and when I do, I never use face cam or anything, but I use it for stuff like this. And I was even trying to make like a sensory experience the last couple of times. Like I would have the chessboard, right? I had like a physical chessboard. You can probably see it, maybe part of it in the background there. Just like a crappy plastic paper one or something, but you could see that. And so I was trying to play like a classical game with it or whatever. First of all, it's not considered cheating. There's a lot of talk on that, like whether it's cheating or not. It's not considered cheating unless you mess around with the position. So like if I just have the board and it just reflects only the moves that are being played in a game online, that should be fine. The only time it's cheating is if you like look at some other position, like what would it be like if I did this and this and this? That way you don't have to calculate and you can just look at alternate positions. That would be cheating. But just simply looking at the same position, I don't think has ever been considered a negative. But because you're trying to do it all in your head, that's the whole point. So if let me capture this and see what this would look like and look at some hypothetical position, right? I'm certainly not going to do that. And obviously, like even the ChessUp, the stuff where it lights up and helps you is not there. But yeah, I don't see what the point is in buying that. Like, that one's like 300 or 400. This one is like around 300. It was saying 279 on the site, on their actual official site, but then I found it on Walmart by some secondhand seller that it still seemed to be unused and unopened, but it was only 188, so it cost me around 200 there. Now I don't know if that means I got scammed or if it's a different model or if I just got a good deal. I really don't know. But yeah, I got it on a whim last week, and it said it was supposed to come on Saturday, but then it came like the next day. I got it like on I ordered it like on Tuesday, but then it came on Wednesday, and yeah, I was tempted to use it before now, but I never got around to it. So I didn't do anything with the box. I just ripped off some of the stickers and stuff. Yeah, you can see the Square Off logo, and you can see those things are kind of funny on the bottom, like the umbrella with the little raindrops. When the guy delivered it, I like rushed home to try to get it so nobody would steal it off my, in front of my door. He just left it because I wasn't home then. For such expensive things, they should make you sign off and have to, be there. But I was like 20 minutes away, so I rushed home or whatever. But the point is that you get to it was raining really hard that day, actually, just by coincidence, and then it was in like a little plastic seal wrap around it, but still, it's like keep it away from water. Also, the guy leaves it on the ground as it's raining heavily, right in front of my front door, like in the worst possible scenario. But whatever. So the second one is like lift it up, right? I guess just vertically, whatever. Third one is it's like glass or fragile, but I don't know what the fourth one is. It's like a Legend of Zelda, you got a new item kind of animation. I don't know what that's supposed to show. It's a cube in two hands. Like I don't even get that one, but yeah, we got to react to the box. This is 10 out of 10. But no, yeah, I would ridicule both scenarios. Like, why would you spend $400 on ChessUp or $300 on this or whatever, right? And I'm probably never even going to use it that much, or it might be good for stream content type stuff. But even then, I don't care too much. But the point is, it's like, what is really the point? But this one at least gives you some minor point, right? ChessUp is like, oh, it lights up and it teaches you the game, which you could learn a million different ways, and it's just a gimmick. And oh, it was on Shark Tank and all this exposure, and it's associated with chess.com. But in terms of functionality, I don't really get what it does. It lights up a little bit, and it teaches you the game a little bit, and it lets you make your move online. Right, but it doesn't let you make your opponent's move. I guess that's the main distinction I'm drawing. Maybe it's not that important to other people, but even with that, this still doesn't seem worth it either. Like, who would waste $400 on that? Who would waste $200 or $300 on this either? You probably shouldn't do either one. So I'm not recommending either one as anything other than a gimmick, but this one at least has that potential, right? We'll have to be rated very harshly, but if that aspect works well, where I can make my move and it transcribes it to online, and then they can make their move online and it transcribes it to the board. That's basically all I want, but that's kind of a big deal because I was having to do that when I was using the other board, obviously, because it's just a regular board. I would have to make my move, but then it would annoy me. I'd have to make their move too, right? I want to cut out that part of it because that's just kind of tedious, right? You wouldn't have to do that in a real life setting. So yeah, basically that just shows you how, from a marketing standpoint or whatever, like, one, definitely ChessUp is a disappointment that it shouldn't have that magnet feature. Maybe it still does somehow, and I just couldn't find an example of it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But no, it would probably not be very good in Blitz or Bullet, this whole magnet idea. We'll have to test the calibration, see how good it is. You also have to use some kind of app on your phone that I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll have to set up. And yeah, it'll be funny to see how knights move, probably just in between stuff. They're not going to be jumping over stuff, I'm sure. Have like a little spring on the board, and then captures as well. I'm not exactly sure. Like, you want to move it as minimally as possible, right? You want to just make your move and everything else is done for you, and then it seems like, okay, that's at least a novelty. So yeah, it cost me around 200. That was like on a second hand thing, so I'm not sure if that's really reflective of it. But yeah, you're trying to simulate like you're sitting across from somebody and actually playing. Like, what a novel idea. But obviously you can't always do that, or can't always find people to play against, especially at a high level. And yeah, so I don't normally use webcams, but yeah, I was trying to do like a sensory thing, like where if I'm drinking water, I would show you the water. Or if I don't do face cam, so rather than cult of personality, it's something else. Like, oh, I was drinking some liquor or something, so I had a glass of it here, or the bottle of it. So like whatever I'm doing, I could just show you in some kind of way that way, like, for whatever it's worth. But no, I have like a whole cult of personality ideation that I always talk about, like even the wearing gloves. Like, it doesn't matter who's doing it, right? So I reject all that kind of stuff that I don't like, the fixation on it, or it just doesn't matter, right? It's just not important. All these kind of superficial elements, but it plays a big role, even with the stimuli acme, in terms of whatever. I'm not gonna get in the whole drama of it, but it's not something I like, and I kind of reject it, right? The chess should speak for itself, and now the chess can even move by itself. So nothing really too noteworthy about the box. The other side is just the same thing. I just ripped off some of the stickers. This might actually be kind of awkward to do because, I don't know. Like, I'll take it off, and then I don't know. Hang on. Or when I was doing it before, I would not have my mic on the same table as this, but I don't know where exactly it was or how I did it. So now I just have them together. Yeah, we're gonna do a proper unboxing, and then I will try to actually set it up and use it again. I don't really want. I kind of want to use it in rapid games, like 10-minute games, and I think that should be good enough with the magnet, probably. But anything faster would be bad, and I don't really want to do classical. But maybe I'll try it against like a computer, just because to start, just to see that it works. And hopefully it works on Chess, but I know that it's probably meant to work on both Chess and chess.com. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. It's supposed to be like rollable too, which means like it's gonna be like you can take it with you, and it constricts to a certain size. I'm not exactly sure, but there you go. That's how's it going. Yeah, this is the kind of innovative chess content we need, where I should do something different than just playing random garbage low-rated games all the time. Now I can play garbage low-rated games without as much effort, or with more of a visual spectacle. So we'll go ahead, we'll drop this out. Seems like there's not a lot in here besides just the box itself. Or, oh, it'll have stuff in there. I thought it was just the board and nothing else. It's kind of hard to get this out, actually. Hang on, this is such an awkward setup, you can't even imagine. I'm checking for like some sort of doxing information, whatever, but this could be kind of a fun format to do, like where I unbox stuff. The problem with that is, how often do I really get something like this? I mean, it's like once a year maybe I'll get something like I got a PS5 the one year, 2020, and then I barely even use it. That's kind of a trope of mine. I'll always get stuff and then I'll just never use it. I'll use it once and that'll be it. But Like, I should make it where every time I play chess, I would use this, assuming it works well. The box looks pretty nice. I like the... It seems like the board is going to be very big somehow, just based on... Like, it'll barely fit on this table, I bet. Is it like electrical chessboard you can hook up to chess.com? Yeah, that's going to have to be... I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know 100% about it, but yeah, it should work on LeChess and chess.com, and it should basically... You move the piece, and it moves the piece for you online, but also... When your opponent moves the piece, it's supposed to move it for them too, with magnetically, which is the cool thing about it. That would distinguish it from other ones. That's why I got it, actually. All the other ones kind of like, oh, it transcribes your move, but that doesn't seem good enough to me. Or maybe you could do it the opposite way too. Like, if I move online, like let's say I'm laying in bed and my thing is over here and like I'm nowhere near it. Could I like move the thing online and then it would move the mine magnetically too? So like just for the visual aid and the visual spectacle, it'll move at both sides automatically and I can just play online. I wonder if it works like in reverse that way too. Yeah, I mean, unless I got scammed and maybe it doesn't work very well, but there weren't really too many reviews and things on it. So world's first rollable chessboard. And I don't really care too much about the rollable part, but yeah, that's the front part of it. Let's just look at every side of the box. Which this webcam is really shitty too, so you probably won't be able to get a lot out of it. So you might have to use like an app here. Let's see what it says. Your personalized chess coach. Yeah, this is what ChessUp tries to sell you on is, oh, it'll teach you chess. Like, bro, if I wanted to learn chess, I would just read a book or study or whatever thing that I avoid doing. A customized module of smart digital learning, puzzles. Oh yeah, right. Like I'm going to use puzzles on here. Puzzles, real-time interactive coaching, and more. Free for a limited time. Don't say that. Analysis, analyze games, learn as you play, revisit your past games, spot your mistakes, and improve your strategies. I assume a lot of this is sort of built in its software, but I care less about that because you could just be using the sites anyway. You know, it would be dumb if like, oh, somebody else has to be using the same thing to play against you, right? Then it would be basically useless because even if a lot of people are, you really want to use it on the two main sites. You know foldable chessboards? Oh. Well, yeah, like it's foldable, but it's also digital. I don't really get the distinction though. Like, oh, you can roll it up and take it anywhere. It'll be like, I don't know. I guess we'll see it in a second here. But yeah, I'm not really gonna be bringing it around anywhere. Video call with your chess mate. Okay, that I didn't know you'd even be able to do. Stay connected with your friends, even if they're across borders. Video call. Okay. I like how the chess has that voice chat option, actually, like the little telephone that I've never used, but that seems a little bit odd. Play against the AI, which is probably what I'll do to start, and try to, you know, practice, because I don't want to lose online games or feel like I'm in a rush with a real person. The AI adjusts to your playing skills, helps hones them, ensuring you have a fair chance to win from various difficulty levels. Globally connected. It's kind of hard for me to read this a little bit. Challenge anyone from 50 plus million users on chess.com and LeChess right from your board. So it's saying that. So if it doesn't work with one of them, then that's like false advertising. For more information, visit. It's on App Store, Google Play, and stuff. The only bad thing is that you will have to use their app, I think, to do that. But you know, that's a small. You can't just use it. Period. You would have to use their app while you're playing, I guess, is the implication. Like, for it to work with the sites. Broadcast games. Yeah, kind of like what I'm doing now. Post your games live, publicly or privately. I wonder if any like big players have used this. I think there's like an Anna Rudolph video of her talking about it from a long time ago, where people are even calling it a scam or something. But post your games live, publicly, or a lot of people said they ordered it or like paid into some maybe Kickstarter or something, and then they never got it. Like it was delayed for years. So that's why I got it from Walmart instead of their site, actually. But post your games live, publicly or privately to selected audience on our platform while you play against someone on the same board. Yeah, just use Twitch instead. Why do we need your shitty platform that's probably nowhere near as popular? All right, last side, there's nothing really on the bottom, I don't think. If it works the way they showed on the picture, yeah, exactly. We'll see if it lives up to the concept. See, this had been out for a while, and it's like you got to wait sometimes for stuff like this to actually. It was maybe pretty crappy at first, and then it takes time, and they improve it. So hopefully by now, right, many years in the future, it was maybe like 6 years ago that some of those videos surfaced, and then I guess I forgot about it. I had maybe seen a video or two on it, and then I assumed that it was ChessUp that they were talking about, like it was the same thing or some of the same technology. That's why I almost bought that, because I assumed it would have the same feature. But the last side is what's in the box. Chessboard with magnetic sensors, embedded interactive lights, 34 weighted chess pieces. Wait, 34? Do I not know how many even? Why would there be 34? Isn't it 1632? Maybe there's just like an extra alternate version of something, or now you can buy. Now you can't use this with like other chess pieces. I know that. Like you have to only use the ones that are here, right? Or you'd have to buy more from them. So if you lose these, you'll be screwed. You literally can't play, or you need to get another one of what you're missing. So inbuilt rechargeable battery. Okay, I don't actually know how you're going to charge it. USB charging, okay, like that. Fine, USB charging cable. Specifications, king size 3.75. Square size 2. Why is it saying the king size, like compared to everything else? Give me the size of every piece then. What do you mean? Maybe that's just like the biggest one. Battery duration 10 hours. Oh, you know what would be stupid, which sometimes is true with electronics. What if I have to charge it now before I even use it? Then I won't. Then I'll have to wait, and like I was expecting to just be able to use it right out of the box. But board height, board weight 2.2 pounds. It feels like a lot more than that just by touching it. Dreamed in India. Okay, just like Gukesh's World Championship career. Am I right? But yeah, what appropriate timing. I would have assumed more so China though. Let me go ahead. We'll have to open this and then we'll work on it. I'll try to preserve this box a little better than the other one I didn't really care too much about. Mainly I just want to set it up so then I can use it in the future, but it needs charging. Yeah, that would really be annoying. It should have a little bit of charge, I mean. Or maybe I could just I could charge it while using it, but I'd have to move something around a bit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, to me, the whole selling point is just the magnet. If it didn't have that, I would have no interest in these things. I still don't have a ton of interest, even given that. I wonder if this would dox you somehow. Website. I think that would just tell you about the product overall. Right, I don't think that's anything specific to me, but who knows? Some internet detective will figure some shit out. I almost like to think of it as a mini game. Like if you could figure something out about somebody just from like, oh, you got to use all the clues that they give you, little hints and stuff. Okay, hang on. So now we'll cut this open and then I'll actually try it out. Oh, wow. Hey, Chessilo. It's just basically like an automated chessboard that's supposed to move. So we're trying to set it up here. Look at all the shaking. This webcam is so bad. Or even just the setup overall. All right, so let's go ahead and try to open it here. 1 second. This one I kind of don't want to damage as much as the other one. That one I didn't care about at all. But yeah, these are exactly what gifts are about. Like it'll be some gimmick that you use one time and oh, that's cool, and then you'll never use it again. You'll forget about it. Like whether it happens a lot with kids. Did you see the upcoming chestnut move? I don't know what that means. Okay, nothing really different to see here. It's obviously just took off the plastic. They made a robotic magnetic chess set that works. Chess.com with chess. It comes out next month. Oh, maybe I got baited into getting this one because that's what this is supposed to be. So maybe should have just waited for that. So how do you? Okay, this is like a carrying thing, I guess, with the little string at the top, and you open it here. The moment of truth. You get that new smell, which of course you can't simulate that over the webcam, but pretty soon you will be able to do that. That'll be a new form of content. So this thing is I I actually don't know what that is at all. This is the charging cable, which that could pose a little bit of a unique problem. That shows you I didn't go into this really thinking about it or planning at all. I just thought I would just go in and just do it. We could just use it, like, I guess, hands-on for now, but I want to test how, like, I could just move it like a normal board, but like I would have to do with ChessUp or something else. Chestnut, huh? I would return that one. Don't like rollables. I'll give it a shot. I don't really care too much, but as long as it works kind of as advertised, just with the magnets, I'd be happy with that as a gimmick alone. This is a little envelope from the founders. You just got scammed, lol. The world's smartest chessboard. Let's see here. I mean, I guess I normally wouldn't care that much about all this, but since we're showing it visually, I may as well just do it. So that's the front little thing here. World's smartest chessboard. Dear friend, thank you for choosing Square Off Pro, the world's first ever rollable e-chessboard. This very letter in your hand is a testament to your belief not only in us. I don't really believe. I just want to see that you've made an actual good product. Why are you acting like it's some like, oh, I'm a Kickstarter supporter, like I'm pretty late to this. Not only in us, but belief in yourself to try out something new, something innovative. With Pro, we promise to keep that faith. Over the years, we're defining board gaming landscape. Yeah, why couldn't you use the same thing for like checkers or something else? Or maybe you could. As all they would have to do is like sell a checkers set with it. Or any other game like shogi or something. Or maybe you could just, yeah, like I'll do chaturanga on chess.com with this and it'll still transplant the same, you know, even though it's the elephant instead of the knight, it doesn't matter. It could still just mimic out the movement pattern and we understand that the knight is the, or I mean the bishop is the elephant, right? So theoretically you could use it in a lot more dynamic ways. With Pro, we promise to keep the faith over the years while redefining landscape. Our products enable a community of thousands to play, learn, hone their skills. We're glad to have you on board. Literally, good one. Squirrel Pro is not just chessboard, it's a challenge to always push past your own limits with interactive embedded lights guiding your every move. Maybe I will. I'm actually not feeling too like I'll be able to do the Skyrim session after. I hate to skip that one. This is meant to be the day. I'm just doing this as a whimsical thing, but I that's my main thing that I always do on Christmas. Maybe I'll do a short session of it later. With interactive embedded lights guiding your every move. And yeah, again, the whole lights. It lights up. $400. Take my money. Like, really, dude? A chessboard that lights up. Every move and one-tap smartphone connectivity. You can take on the board's AI or chess players across the globe. That again, that's the key feature. Can you play people around the world and will it work kind of seamlessly and smoothly? And even in a 10-minute game, I understand less than that is hard to do, but carry it to your favorite hangout, a professional chess event, or your local park bench. It fits right in, but why would you do that then? Go to play real people in real life, but then why do you need the magnets? Like, bro, the whole point is to do it like this. Like you're at home and you don't have anybody to play with. Find us at Get Square Off to get your favorite social media, or email us. We'd love to hear from you. It's time to roll. Atur and Bavia, co-founders, Square Off. So whatever. I mean, I just read the whole thing. This is Square Off. Let's get started. This will be like a guide that I'll probably just skip. No advice run. We got to figure blind first playthrough of Square Off to figure it out. But let's just look at it quickly. We're gonna really drag this out because this is the point of the session. Quick setup. Download the app. Okay, I'll have to do that in a minute. Power on. Tap power on the chessboard sliding switch on the side. We haven't even taken it out yet. Tap connect on the Square Off app once your chessboard shows on screen. Are you gonna need, like, you need Bluetooth, right? Wait until blue LED stops flashing. Steady blue. Select suitable game mode in the app. Start the gameplay. Register your move. Pick up the piece. Place it on the desired square LED. Square would confirm your flash to confirm your move. For the opponent's move, pick and move their chess pieces as guided lights on your chessboard. Wait. What? For the opponent's move, pick up and move their chess pieces. Wait, but that's not what this is supposed to be. What about the magnets, bro? It's supposed to automatically do that. Don't tell me why does it say that? To register your move, pick up the pieces and place on desired square. For the opponent's move, pick up and move their pieces as guided lights. LED color guide, USB power is connected, red charging, green fully charged, no color USB disconnected, LED turns off. Connectivity LED indicates connection to Bluetooth Wi-Fi, solid color Bluetooth Wi-Fi. Flashing, not connected Bluetooth Wi-Fi. Indicates various states in gameplay such as checkmate, invalid move, etc. Information LED. So that's just the same thing. I just read it, and then for more information, visit some kind of warning on the bottom. Danger of explosion if battery is incorrectly replaced. Replace only. I wonder how often you have to do that. Hopefully not very often. I'm the type of person who's so lazy. I would just, I'd rather buy some other shit than even replace it. Especially if it was expensive. So you have the, I don't know if you can see like maybe too much here. What can you see? It should be all right. Yeah, this is how the pieces are kept. You know, you could pass this off as ASMR. These kind of smell a little bit much. So this is going to be night. Yeah, I like how it tells me that. Thank you. I never would have known that's the night. So we got to keep these all. Oh, wow. I'm not going to have room for even this shit. The one will be the white piece and one will be the black pieces, I'm sure. So I better just put up the chessboard first because this is going to be too hard to fit all this on here. This table isn't big enough, first of all, for all of this. So yeah, we get to see the rollable stuff in action here. I don't know what this thing actually is. I have no idea. Okay, the moment of truth. Aside from the weird smell, but I can understand that one is something new. So this is like how it's contained in. So I don't fully get what you're supposed to do with this. Like that. You just pull it out from one side here. You don't really have to open it. It's already open, so you'd be careful not to just drop it right out of there. Square off. So the one thing that made me really nervous about that booklet is it's telling me, oh, you have to move your opponent's. Like maybe you have the option to do that, but it shows you how little I know about this scene. Like, you know, so this guy's telling me, oh, there's another one coming out, or again, if just the only other one I actually know about by name would be ChessUp, that I'm just making fun of how maybe it doesn't have this feature at all. So you take off the little Velcro things. Yeah, you might think, what a stupid form of content this is that I never really do. But, oh, it's like ASMR. You can do literally anything in the world. You can just eat food. And, oh, no, it's not just me eating food. It's ASMR technically. So that makes it a valid, legitimate form of content. Like, you can say that with anything. That's the whole rolling in motion. I guess it's not as big as I thought. So, oh, what would be weird, too, is the whole thing, like, it would based on if I'm white or black. You know what I mean? I'd have to. That's stupid. Yeah, if I don't want to keep rotating it around every game, how would that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, even if it's moving on its own or something. So let me see if I can turn it on first of all. You have some of the UI on the side here that you can't really see too well, like some of those aspects kind of sagging off the table a little bit. This I guess I was just using too small of a table. So let's see if it has battery charge first of all. So this is the on-off switch on the side here. You might not barely even be able to see it. So it lights up. I really just want to test the magnet thing. Like that's the only thing I care about. I don't care about anything else, the app or something. So what do I do? Like even for that to work, you probably have to. I guess I'll just do the app. So hang on. Okay, so for now, I'm installing the app and I'm trying to. I plugged it in to charge it just in case. So now let's see if my phone can live up to this. Like my webcam is kind of shitty. My phone is not really the greatest. So now it'll say, oh, this app can't be used on this phone. And it has some pretty negative reviews, like 2.9 stars. So hang on. I thought I had downloaded it, but now I have to delete something. Let's see. I'm getting a little nervous because it seems like all the signs point to that there's actually something scuffed and just not good about this. But yeah, I mean, there may be other ones out there, so I didn't do enough research. But I guess all things relative, it wasn't that expensive. Like I'm sure a lot of these other ones are going to be very expensive. Like it was around 200, which it probably would have been more normally. I maybe got lucky by the fact that what can I even get rid of here? Snapchat. Like I really use that. So is that enough now? It's annoying because it'll let you try to download it, but then it won't tell you, oh, storage is full until you've already tried. Yeah, we're going in blind. I'm not going to return it even if it doesn't work or something. Like I'm too lazy to do all that. But again, my expectation is just very simple with respect to all I want to do is just see the magnets move and stuff. So by downloading this, I assume you would also be able to. I guess I could just show the board while doing this, but hang on. My expectation is, again, I just want to see the magnet thing. The material isn't what I thought it would be either. It's not very solid. It's like a papery kind of thing, which maybe that's the issue. Like the whole rollable aspect, I don't care. I would have rather it just been a solid board, but just with the magnetic capability. And it has like all these flashing lights going around in a circle that you could see here as well. So the charging light is red, which means it's probably not in the greatest shape right now, which this maybe wasn't the best planned out thing that I've done, but yeah, this thing will barely fit on my table, or like when it does, it's like half leaning off the side, which maybe not being on a solid surface like that is a bad thing because you're able to and it doesn't have like a UI on there to show you like, oh, it's set up with this account or that account or something. So right, you would have to go fully through the app. So one of the lights is like where it's an illegal move or something. Let me double check the booklet actually while I wait. What it tells you is that red means it's charging, green means it's fully charged. So I wonder how long it takes to get to a full charge. Once it is charged, then it lasts like supposedly about 10 hours. All this effort just for like one mechanic basically. And you might not even fully be able to see this. Honestly, there's a lot of issues with my setup too, where parts of the board will be obscured. Like, let me try to line it up a little better. I guess you can generally see it, but again, it's far from ideal. I'm no professional chess player nor professional chess streamer. Okay, here we go. So the app is downloaded. At least you get this visual feedback here. So let's just take a look. Welcome to Square Off World's Smartest Chessboard. Play with AI. How do you do chess.com and chess? Like, or can I mean, you'd have to use it with your account, right? Surely you wouldn't just say live streaming, like you can play, but you can only play against random people, like logged out or something. Like diamonds, coins, and real-time rewards after every successful win. Are they gonna set up some kind of microtransaction BS? Sign in through social media. Now, shouldn't I be able to sign in through chess.com or chess? But it's not showing that as an option. It's showing like Google, Facebook, or Twitter. Everything has a goddamn app nowadays where it becomes a bit of a pain to deal with. Okay, let's just talk myself through this to make some content out of it while we let it charge. I'll use some kind of nickname, email ID. Everything is so difficult these days with stuff like this, or it's just everything's a headache, and then something won't work. I remember that happening on some VR thing that I tried to use. Like, it locked me out because I got my credit card thing wrong once, and then I couldn't use it anymore or something. There's always some headache like that. Only one account, only one square off account. I don't know why that matters, but I care more about integrating the other accounts along with it, which I can't. Profile picture, I really don't care about right now, dude. Just, I want to do this later. Like, come on, man. Checkmate with style. Check out Square Off Plus. Every third user plus experience on the board. You can't too. Does that mean I have to pay for that to be able to use the enhances your skills on the board? I guess that's more just an like where it helps you learn or something. Play now online with over 11 million users. I don't understand really, but 87% users already playing. Like, show me the chess.com integration, dude. Now you can play time games against other Square Off users. I don't want to do that though. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe this just doesn't work the same way. Select your board. Grand Kingdom Set, Neo, Swap, and Square Off Pro. Switch on the board. Set up the board. Oh, okay. I do have to do the setup still. This is a lot of effort to, but whatever. What do you expect? I wanted to set itself up too. I don't want to have to even physically put the stuff, like magnetically do it. I'll just throw the piece in the middle of the board like I'm mad, like I'm Nepo after the game, and I just knock it there and whatever. But let's see what we can do here. Yeah, the pieces are pretty big, and let's just go ahead. Get one side. This is going to be white out here, and we'll figure it out. And then, of course, I'm looking at the wrong side of the board given that, so hang on. Let's connect the board. So I need to confirm two things. I need to confirm, first of all, how do you play on all these websites? And I need to confirm, second of all, how do you how do the magnets work? what is that from? That there's a song like that. Fucking magnets, how do they work? The one I forget what the band is called. ICP maybe? It's that song where it's like thunder, rain, this and that, like everything is a beautiful day, kind of just all these phenomenons that they're reveling in about life, but which is a pretty good song, but that line everybody makes fun of. Magnets, how do they work? Okay, so I think I have my board backwards for all intents and purposes of how this is going to work. We're going to go ahead and open these ASMR opening chess pieces here. Let me see if I can set up the board properly, because obviously one is always with the white pieces, as we know, being something of a chess expert. So let's go ahead and try it. So this is going to be H2 over here. So the pawns are obviously going to be the easiest part of any setup, because you have the ability to just interchange them. I don't know why it said there's two extra pieces, like for what? Right, like 34. So yeah, this will take a minute here, but we're just stalling while we let it charge, and we're actually testing how long. That is always an annoying thing. You get something and you're excited to use it. I want to use it right away. But look how floppy the board is. Like, that's one thing I don't like. Why can't it just be a solid board? And maybe one of their other ones actually is that, but this is a hilarious amount of commitment that I'm trying to, you know. Yeah, let's look at the knight. I mean, it's even the logo. I can't blame the knight for being ubiquitous with a lot of things. It's actually not a bad piece set, though, in and of itself. Like, there's a lot of detail to it. It's a little bit too big, though, for my taste. Right, these pieces are actually kind of huge. Like, how is that knight going to slide through my pawns to be able to move magnetically? And the answer is, I have no idea, especially with this floppy kind of thing that we have going on. Like, we're literally, it won't fit on the table, which is really more so my fault that I just don't have a bigger table. So maybe that'll cause this thing to bug out. But now that part where it shows it's charging and stuff with the lights is like flopped off the side of the table. So hopefully the whole thing won't careen and fall off. So now this is going to be obviously queens on color. This is a bishop. It says it obviously on the pieces, which is very nice for a clown like me who wouldn't even know what the pieces are. Surely. So top 20% player in the world, by the way, which is, I love those statistics. Oh, how do you become a top 50% chess player? Literally just play the game, like, at all, ever. Like, literally just, let alone for thousands of games the way these clowns do. But or yeah, I'm top 1%. I'm Andrea Botez. Like, wow, 1700 FIDE, and I'm literally a millionaire. Again, you could say it's for reasons other than, well, duh, no shit, it's for reasons other than chess. But I'm just saying, like, whether you want to say stimuli acme or whether you want to say even just the cult of personality, other things. But yeah, I should show my face cam. I mean, I would say I should do webcam, but I mean, that's one of the things. Like, and again, people might assume it's for one reason or another, but even if it's just simply for putting a face to the name and seeing their facial reactions, expressions, and there's a strong element to that psychologically that goes beyond what people realize, how big of an impact that actually plays. I somehow don't trust that this is going to work. I just can't imagine the magnetic aspect. I'm being actually kind of pessimistic now. So they have like another queen, which I don't understand why. I guess you can just look at it there. Or yeah, why do the queens only have to be women? There's a modern trans kind of offensive potential statement with that. Like how even games do that, where they won't call it male and female anymore. They'll just say body shape 1, body shape 2. Like, really, dude? Why is there only 2? That's discriminating against every other body shape in existence. Like, and there is a bit of a, heavy build discrimination in games. You could argue that historically you would never, oh shit, I'm already breaking shit. Historically, you would never see like really big boned, big bodied characters as an option. Oh, I do feel the magnets on there though, but so the pieces can stick together, which is a little comical and potentially problematic. Okay, now we're seeing, oh wow, fuck me. Okay, so at least we've proven the value of the magnets there, even if inadvertently. We got 2 pieces left, so we have maybe like 1 extra pawn and 1 extra queen. Just in case you lose them. I don't know why they preference the queen, because the pawns I can understand. You might just lose. Oh, no, it's not even extra pawn. So you get 1 extra queen for each side. Oh, for like promotion. Wait. How would that work then? Yeah, if you promote like multiple queens. I don't even know. You could just use something as a placeholder. That's a very common, not a very common thing, I guess you could say, that unless you're trying to BM and troll people, but still, it's a legitimate consideration. I would have won that game if I had a second queen, but I couldn't do it. It might just let you use any piece then as a queen, but or buy more queen pieces for $4.99 each or some shit. It'll try to sell you, and I think I did see that as an option, like, buy a checkers thing for checkers pieces for it. You could potentially use this sort of thing for a lot of other purposes. That's why I think, it would have potential, but it also feels like maybe it's just limited in scope, and they'll, I don't know. You could make this like an open source type of technology that really could have potential. So generally, I don't mind the presentation of it, but I'm just curious now how well it's actually going to work, and this is, of course, taking me a while to do. Go ahead, we lay out the black pieces here. Yeah, just play like this with them inside the seal, assuming that they weren't... Something about it seems scuffed, though. Just that's the whole way that they do it, but... Like, the technology seems good, but I don't know. It just has something that makes me question it a little bit, but if it works, I can't question it, I guess. Pawn, queen, obviously. I want to try it like with variants too, to see if it could pick up and figure out what's going on, right? With like some illegal movement pattern that would normally not even happen in chess, but if it can get the notation out, Chaturanga is still played on the same kind of board, 8x8 and everything. Look at the lengths I go to though for this kind of stuff. Just like, since I'm playing chess so much already, we may as well make it a little more exciting, which people do seem to like the visual feedback of the board, but to me, it's not really that much better. I mean, I guess I couldn't play much worse anyway, but this is what will motivate me to get to 2000 or to get back to 1700. There's always like some expression I use there, like, oh yeah, in order to be a successful musician, you need the best, you don't need the best guitar, you don't need the best paintbrush to be a good painter. Like, if you're good at something or you want to have a passion, just do it. Like, don't tell me that, oh, you need the best tool to be able to be successful. Right, the tool comes secondary, is how you use it. Right, so yeah, that might be an advantage, but that's always an excuse that people make, like, oh, if I had the best tools and resources and options, I would have been famous. Otherwise, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it would have helped, but this is going to be 8, obviously, for black here. Queen over here, which I'm going to treat that like an extra queen. So I guess I get it now. I'm too stupid to figure it out at first. It's because obviously of promotion, assuming that that's even what you'd want to promote to. Well, what if like not a lot is captured, and then you want to promote to something that you don't have? That's still a relatively minor issue, but it could pose major problems, certainly. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that. Although, to be fair, on a normal chessboard, when you just go to buy it, they don't have a ton of extra pieces either. So you would assume, right, like you just use something else as a placeholder for promotion. I'm sure there's all like bootleg stories. Like back in my day, we used to use like a little penny or a rock or something for a promotion. Because we couldn't afford another chess piece. So we'll go here, obviously. That's one of the Spanish teacher type tricks you can use to learn. Like, queens go on the color that they are, and obviously A is always on the queen side because ladies first, and 1 is always on the white side because white moves first. Like all these little things that you can use to I mean, I guess I came up with some of these the exact way that I said them when I was doing that pink flamingo video, or even over the years I've said stuff like that. Those are just some very easy, simple ways to remember it, even though I still don't really know notation off the top of my head. That's the best way to refer to it. I almost make a point to try. Not only do I not try to learn, this light would get annoying though if it always does that. Is that just because it's charging, or I feel like it was doing that even before? I'm only dragging this out so long because I'm trying to let it charge and get to green so I don't have to worry about it, but you would think this would be enough charge anyway for it to work for a while. So yeah, this is a one-time setup, so it's not a big deal, but look at that. I'm actually kind of amazed myself that I go to these lengths. Like, I don't really care, bro, but it could be fun. It could be something I use in the future. Every time I play chess, but then I'll still be too tired to even bother or care about it. Like, it just takes too much energy to even do all this. I'm too lazy to have the pieces move themselves, but it just seems sort of unnecessary, and it's a gimmick, even though I'm the one who sought it out. But yeah, shame on ChessUp because you had the advantage of being on Shark Tank and all this notoriety, but yeah, you should have been the one that unequivocally, right, I'd be doing that just because, I almost had done it too, so I'm glad I double checked. I was literally ready to buy that on a whim, and then I'm like, wait a second, I can't find any videos of anything happening. So the pieces here are going to light up as well, apparently. I mean, the place on the board. Which that statement made me the most nervous of all. The fact that move your opponent's piece to where the thing lights up, but I don't want to do that. That's the whole reason I got this, so I don't have to move my opponent's piece. And yeah, captures are going to be the big question as to how they do that. Is it going to, like, the thing's going to move to the edge of the board? I'm sure I'll mess up the calibration by how my table's not even big enough to fit this. So maybe I can't blame like the fact that part of it's literally hanging off the side. I hope that doesn't mess it up. Actually, that would be really dumb. Like the part with all the LED lights and stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna continue setting up the app, which you can just admire, I guess, the pieces for now. And I can't tell whether you can really see them in full, but I guess it'll have to do for now. I can't fully see. I guess you really can't see the whole thing. Maybe if I try to pull it a little off to the side here. Like, can you see this square? And this square, I feel like you almost can't see it. Yeah, like this is the best way to use it when it's literally hanging out the side. Yeah, something isn't quite right with this. Like the angle is off because you can't see. Damn it. This was so. Like, let me see. Can you see where this pawn went? You can kind of see it, but I don't know. The angle is not quite right. None of this is really the board's fault. It's just more so my setup. Even when I was using the normal board, I had this issue. The angle has to be like exact to get the whole size of it. Let's see if I just tilt this down a little. Now, can you see this? Okay, I guess now you can see it. Right, you can see those. The angle is a little bit weird, but that's probably good enough. All right, let me try to finish setting up the app. And again, there's two things I just want to test. I mostly just want to use chess, but even if I have to use chess.com, that'd be fine. Location permission. We know it's weird, but Android 6.0 requires access to Bluetooth. Allow. Okay, while using this app. Allowed to turn on Bluetooth, which might mess up something else now, like with my computer or something, you know, when there's too much interference going on. Game time is on, scanning for the board, which you would think you should be able to use it even while it's charging. Okay, connected, that was easy enough. Board activated, latest firmware. Let's square off. So, I don't understand. I don't understand how you use it like with chess.com and stuff. It's not showing me that aspect of it. Board name pro. Let's see how to play. It's showing me like the charge bar, and I mean you can't see any of this obviously because it's on my phone, and I don't really want to show that. But register your pro on the app. Challenge anyone on chess.com, but how? Okay, we gotta look this up here. Hang on. This looks cool. Well, hopefully it lives up to the hype, but it seems more like just a gimmick to me. But okay, let's see. But how? It supports 4, but glitches. Oh, you know what? I might have gotten baited. It might be that, oh, you can play with people on. Oh, fuck. Don't tell me. It might be that you can play with people on there, but oh, you have to challenge them and only friend you. That would be so lame. Like, you can't do random matches. Oh, that would be bad. Okay, I don't care about the square off users, although there were a number of them on there. Okay, spending too much time on this. Okay, move on. The chess. Wait, where? I'm not seeing where that is. Profile. Sign in button. Okay, let me see. I wasn't seeing the option for this actually, but I wonder how many streamers or anybody would actually have done something like this. Probably not. They'd either feel like it's a scam or they're all just playing bullet and fast formats anyway, so they wouldn't care to do it. Let's see. That's just their video that they linked to on there. So it's Square Off by Miko is the company. Now it's taking me to their website though. How do I get back to the app? This is a little convoluted, but this is mostly meant as a setup stream, but I would like to just have the peace of mind to know that, okay, I can do it whenever I want and just play comfortably. Like, just let me link my chess account, and that's all I want. Even chess.com I wouldn't mind using, but I kind of don't use that anymore. Ah, yeah, okay, I see it here now. Log into Let's Chess to continue. Okay, this should be fine then. Oh, but now, oh crap, I have to use my authenticator, I always forget. Because whatever, I have such an account that you can't just log in. Okay, hang on. Okay, dude. This makes every step take as long as possible. When can we see the moving pieces? Yeah, I'm working on it. As soon as I get the setup, I'll play a game with it. You didn't have to. Oh no, I'm charging it right now, so it should be probably usable now. But yeah, it was. It didn't seem to be out of battery, but it was like low on battery when I opened it. Let's see, we got to do this, or what I'll actually have to do is I'll have to log in on my phone, which doesn't make sense. Hang on, because if I do it on my computer now, it won't actually work. One thing I wonder is if those little circling lights, I don't know how well you can see it on there. I think you can see it. Will go away because I find that kind of annoying. I don't know if that means it's charging it or that just means that it's on, period. Because I can't remember if that was on before I did that, before I started to charge it. But presumably you can just use it while it's charging even, so that removes some of the issue. Because you can just, you know, you don't have to worry about constantly like have it ready to and charge before you go to use it. And the setup is taking so long that I guess it would be fine anyway. Okay, so you can just admire, I guess, the visual of it for now while I do this. Might be the first thing I've really done where I unbox something. Normally I would just use it normally anyway, but okay, so now I should be able to do it from my phone. 1 second. This is just more so my own verification thing that I always forget I have on here. Okay, I think we're almost there. Or now it's kind of... Damn, it's making me do it within the app, even though I did it in my browser. Let's see if I can just... Maybe it won't work because of the authentication, because it's not letting me do it. That would be hilarious. Maybe I can disable it somehow. Damn it. Maybe I'll just use chess.com just to try it. Because not used to people signing in using email on this. And the captcha won't appear. I wish I could show you everything, every step of what's happening, but Okay, let me see. Or maybe I could make a new account, even though I don't really want to do that either. Probably be better off considering how much I tanked in my rating recently. Right, then you'll get the provisional boost and I'll be better off than missing TOTP token. Damn it. 0 elo is my stat so far. I like that. It won't even start me at a base 1500. No, I'm so bad. I deserve 0. Web page not available. Okay, I'm gonna try maybe chess.com just because I can't get this to work. Not currently supported. Generate your password using forgot password social media. Okay, I'll try it like this for now because I can't figure it out on the chess, which is unfortunate. Success. Linked. Okay, so now what do I do? Profile. I linked my chess.com, but now challenge friends. This is just for the square off itself. Maybe I'll look at that thing again. Where was that video? That's like one of those weird interactions between a browser and an app. Like you can do it in the browser, but you can't do it in the app. So then it just doesn't work. Okay, so it says linked here. So I just don't know how to actually use that in terms of okay, that little beep just means it's connected, or maybe it's not. Firmware, how to play. Maybe this will force me to move back to chess.com. I don't know. Okay, I'll watch that video again. Play online and random challenge, but I'm not seeing. Wait. Not really seeing where you can do that though. Random game. Ah, here we go. Le chess. Damn it! It's my stupid thing. Otherwise, that it would work. Are you allowed to have multiple Le chess accounts? Maybe that's the solution. Whatever. We can do. You choose like a little box of 4 options on chess.com. Let's do. Maybe I will just do this as a okay rated game. Your rate. No, but I don't want to do rated. Let's do a 10-minute game just to get an idea because I'm just gonna assume it'll work. Custom 10-minute game. Play now. So this should be it. It should just work. Okay, here we go. Swipe to chat. So let's see that it's actually or whatever. I'm playing on here for now, but I want the thing to damn it. I want the thing to give me some feedback. So why is it not working as far as the magnet? Let's see what we got here. Maybe it won't do it while charging, or swipe to chat. Okay, let's take a look. So if you assume that you're doing this, like he goes to here, Where are you getting the feedback of this? Like, you go here, he goes here, I go here, but I'm not seeing where the magnet comes in. Um, I don't get it. Okay, we'll resign that one because I'm just play but don't quit. Okay, I'll try it with maybe an AI just because I'm not understanding how this works yet. So there'll be some problem where it won't work online or something like that. Okay, square off AI, the chess bots. Oh, whoops. Okay, hang on. Okay, that I still can't do because you have to log in. 5 free attempts to play with auto AI. I don't really care about that. Level 1. Okay, let's try it. Again, where is the auto movement happening? They made that move, so where is it? Why? You only perform undo during your turn. I'm not seeing what the feedback is. What? Um, I'm not really sure. Embark on a quest to find your thing. So I'm doing the Bluetooth. Huh. I'm just not seeing where it's working. You successfully connected. Okay. So I guess the battery is pretty low, but it should be good enough to still work. Let me try it. Square off AI. Resume. Please keep the piece on the center at square. Or no, that's the wrong one. What does that mean? Please keep the piece on the center at square. Okay, let me make a new game. Okay, manual, that's fine. So who am I even? Who am I, white or black? What does that mean? Is there a piece that's maybe wrongly placed? Oh, maybe I'm like, well, I'm maybe on the wrong side, but I don't know what this screen, I don't know what it means. Please keep the piece on the center at square. What the hell does that mean? Oh, yeah, like the touch move rule. You can't touch it and then move something else that people do literally all the time, including Magnus. Um, okay, I'm not really understanding this. New challenge. It's just gonna keep saying that. Wait, if I play as white. Okay, so let me move the thing, and then is it going to register that or not? Don't tell me, bro. Why is this? Okay. Face to face. Start from a custom position. Wait, let me challenge some random person on here then. Friend request, Hassan, Page. Okay, challenge. Where I get to choose even that I'm playing as white. Which I don't really care about that. Open challenge, initiate open challenge. Yes, I'm not fully understanding this. Maybe I have to look something up. It could be that the position of my board's a little bit off. Certainly the side of it is a little bit awkward, so and possibly the battery is an issue too. Let me see. Play with AI. Square off AI. Okay, so please keep the piece on the center at square. Hey, cute. Yeah, I like how big the pieces are, actually. It's kind of not what I was expecting. Okay, board center. This is some big mechanic. Oh, okay, maybe it's some initial calibration that I didn't do. Okay, let me do that. Which is understandable. I just thought it would somehow, by first putting everything down, I thought that would be enough. Okay, let's go find the thing. Control your board settings. Okay, let me start recharging it first of all. Because clearly the lights are not due to the charging. Or now the lights are showing one square in particular, which I don't know why. Okay, let me try to do this again. I think it has enough battery, but I just want to be sure. Okay, let me see if I can figure out the calibration thing. How to play warranty activation. I don't really get it. Like, so there's that flashing light. Control your board settings. It's not showing me like a proper thing on here though. Like what is this? Is it telling me to move this here? Okay, so it's kind of acknowledging that movement. Can I try it now? Maybe it's not being super clear with what it wants me to do. Play with AI, square off AI. Okay, now it's bypassed that. So my move, and I'm playing as white. So let me go here. You have to maybe press it down a little bit. So it's lighting up maybe what they're doing. But how does it auto move it then? Maybe I have to do it a few times first. Your move. What would I normally do? Like this. So I assume it's telling me to move the pawn here. So it's lighting up like that. My move again here. Just I had to go back again, or no, I'd give like a check. The light's up there, and then I go back again. The knight goes to here. So that's just the feedback it's giving you as far as where they're moving, but I don't know how it's supposed to move on its own. Right, so that's cool, I guess. Just, but I mean, that would be necessary just to tell you. So let me look again. There should be more of a feedback or UI on the board itself. Like, there's no little screen or something that lights up. There's those few lights on the side, but so the green I think is the charge. So let's see what we have. Square off, magnets. I got everything to work on the app aside from the chess, but that's just more so my account authentication that somehow it doesn't work on there. Now let's try to actually get this mechanic to work.
Test.
Is this some random guy's video on it?
Repel. Recognize pieces.
Oh,
So
he's
with
using
that
like.
said, this is
Okay, no, he's trying to use it with a different board. See, like, I'm seeing it move with the magnet on this, but I'm not. Okay, let me see. Maybe I got the wrong one. Like, there's a different version that would move automatically, but not this one. Square off Pro, but it says it on there too. Okay, let me see. Square off Pro magnet.
On your own is pretty great. I now have vault money. Means I can buy. I end up buying.
Yeah, my problem exactly.
Having,
But okay, he's not showing me how to use it. Square off Pro review. Okay, so show me how the fucking thing works.
Pro Chessboard. The first roll chessboard. These roll, so it's basically so you can play online, stream games. So the pieces, you know, cheap plastic. A little more. Center piece. Example of these are the cool. This is a DG. This is a DGT center bishop.
Okay, let's see him actually try to make a move and with the magnet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this one somehow doesn't work with that, but
Sticks to it. That's what the only thing I really hate about this board is it.
okay, I actually moved something though.
This is the bull.
He's not gonna do it, is he? He's just gonna talk about it. God damn it.
They started early. Set it to 45 seconds per move. So let's see.
So he does a review without ever actually moving the piece or showing me an example. Okay, my final thoughts after extensively testing the board. At least a little bit unclear. Battery life, chapters, glitches, app features, eye position. All these people who made these videos don't actually show the most important thing, which would be the actual movement of the pieces themselves. We're off pro review. So show me an actual game. He's moving. Oh wow, he's moving the black piece himself. So once again, I'm not. I don't get it. Maybe I did get scammed somehow. Every customer has been ripped off in the comments. A lot of people are complaining that they didn't get it when they said, could the opponent pieces do automated moves? We're all pro on chess.com testing. Branding me in 10 minutes. Okay, let's look at this one. I should have maybe done this before I got it, but I just assumed. Or wait, he's moving his black first. So all it's doing there is lighting up. Maybe maybe this one just doesn't work with that. What's the point of the magnets then though? That's so stupid. Let me try again, but I'm not really getting how it's supposed to move on its own. All it does is it lights up and then it expects you to move the piece for your opponent, which again is the whole thing that I thought. Yeah, like I genuinely don't get it. What is the point of the magnets if it doesn't do that? What else are they for? It's beeping like crazy now. It might be glitching out. Okay, what's it doing? Okay, let's see what we got here. I'll go back on there again. I'll try to do a game against like a bot or something. Pause and quit. Okay, I'm just doing AI so I don't have to worry about, pissing somebody off because I'm not moving. Please keep the piece at the center square. Something may be off with the calibration of it. So, okay, that's fine. So now it starts the game. Okay, my move. So now I'll move like this. So maybe you got to give it a little bit of time, or it lights up. That's fine. So let me look at the thing again. To register your move, pick up the piece and place it on the desired square. Your opponent move, pick up their piece and move it. But why do I have to move it? I'm so confused. God damn it. Doesn't give you like the greatest feedback either, too. Like if you were trying to figure this out. Profile. Control app settings, board style. Yeah, I'm just not getting it. Play face-to-face old style. Your opponent will play on the board without connecting to the app. There won't be automated moves and LEDs as you guys are playing face-to-face. Open challenge, random game. Chess.com. Okay, play now. Please keep the piece on the center square. This is the most annoying prompt of all because I don't know what it means and searching for opponent. Okay, so now I'm white. So thinking, okay, please. So now they're black. It doesn't even show you the board here, or I guess. So lighting up and it's not moving. So I don't know what you're supposed to do to make that happen. Like I'll play along with it for now, but and then I'll go here, play like I normally would. Knight f3. So I don't even get what it's doing then because the move is happening there and so it's just lighting it up, but what the hell? What is the point of it then? Oh yeah, right, it's my move. I thought I was, okay, so I would take here, I guess, normally. I'd be interested to see how the capturing would work too with that. Still don't know what that thing is. It's an engine. Yeah, maybe I have to try it on a different table or something else. I genuinely have no idea. This is so stupid. It has the magnetic capability that you can even see like with the whatever, the pieces were like sticking together. So the only thing you're getting out of this is the fact that it lights up so far. I would go here. Okay, I don't really want to even bother this. Okay, I'll resign. I don't want to keep doing that. I'm gonna get banned or something for being a bad sport. You never had a chance. Analyze the game. What do you mean I never had a chance? Just play but don't quit. So yeah, let me try the AI once more. Otherwise, I just give up. I'll have to figure it out off stream or something because I just can't figure this out. Wait, this will even make sense that you have to reset the position, but that's so dumb. I just can't figure out how it works. Okay, it's my move. I'm just trying to play white every time just to get this. So it would have to like squeeze between the pieces, which would actually be pretty awkward considering there's not a whole lot of room. So I guess it just doesn't work. What is this board called? A square off. I'm kind of disappointed. It even says in some of the prompts, like, oh, it's not automated because you're playing face to face. So, in other words, when it is automated, how do you get it to move? Square off, row, automatic movement. I'm seeing it even work on other ones in videos, but maybe it's not the same board. Like, oh, you have to buy a more expensive one, or let's see what the lights are showing. Maybe I have to reconnect it again. Okay, we'll keep quitting out of these games. I'm literally gonna get banned off chess.com for this. Firmware update is good. Doesn't seem like it's even really charging though. Or, oh, my webcam kind of fucked out. Just go against AI. Well, I was going against AI, but it still wasn't moving magnetically. That's the problem. Can I get this stand up anyway? Oh. Okay, there's that. Blood's wearing gloves. Because if we don't know, he's the whitest sounding dude. Well, you already got something wrong about that. Alright. So maybe the charge is low. Board sound. Okay, I'll try an AI again. New challenge. Okay, keep the board at the center position. Seems to be acknowledging that aspect of it when the piece is off. So it wants to move the pawn, obviously there. C9, C6. Shows you how well I know notation. I don't know what else you could do to get this to acknowledge it. You can show the board on here. I guess I'll just have to do it some other time. I'll test it off stream because I can't figure it out. That's so lame. Firmware update. Let me like turn off my Bluetooth and turn it back on to see if it reconnects. So far it seems disappointing, again, between charging or something. What are the lights again? I forget what those icons are supposed to be. One of them shows you like it's an illegal move or something. One of them shows you it's charging, and then one of them shows the Bluetooth aspect of it. Sending out a nice discount for your chessboard. So this is when you're trying to connect to Bluetooth. Even if it does work, it's a little bit unclear as to how. At least this is the authentic experience, so then don't get it or you'll get scammed, but I just don't understand how it couldn't work. I mean, I've seen videos of it moving. Or now that's not actually working. Alright, dude. Now it won't even connect over Bluetooth. Okay, I'll give it one more chance, otherwise I don't really feel like doing this all day. Let's see, embarking on a quest to find your royal chessboard. Okay, successfully connected. Stream game, see action on board. Ding Liren, yeah, okay, let's try that. Start streaming. So show me Gukesh versus Ding Liren, and it should just play it out. Wait, but it's acting like it's doing it, but it's not showing anything actually on the board here. That must have been the last game they played. So I assume what it would do is it would just transcribe the moves as they're playing, which in that sense it would be super anticlimactic because it would take like an hour between moves sometimes. So face to face. Let's see how this would go. Okay, so opponent name, broadcast games. So this would be like if you're playing face to face, which I don't see the point of doing that. But now I can't even see the prompt for it. Okay, challenge friend or challenge somebody here. So I'm challenging people like on the app itself. And it's showing some of these people are actually online. Like on the square off functionality itself, not even. So set time per game. Okay. Okay, let me try another AI game. This is actually irritating. So it says, like, it starts the game as if it's working. So I'm white. We go to here. So yeah, this is the one functionality that we're missing, is just it refuses to work. So it's obviously going e7 to e6 with the pawn. Alright, I guess I give up for now. I'll try to figure it out off stream. That's kind of sad though. Damn it. I won't say it's a scam 100% for sure. Maybe I just can't figure something out, but I mean, it's just fresh out of the box. It's not like, only thing that could be off is my table is maybe not big enough, so the angle could be off, or even the charge. Okay, whatever. I give up for now. See you later. Okay, so today I'm going to do episode 2 in my little attempt to use the Square Off Pro, which is something I got myself for Christmas just on a whim. So originally I was going to get myself the ChessUp because I kept seeing ads for it, and oh, it's on Shark Tank at one point, and it gets all this exposure. And then it also is like affiliated directly with chess.com, and they're kind of advertising for it. So I was ready to get that one, and then I'm glad I looked it up, because then I realized, oh, it doesn't do what I assume all of these boards do, which is, oh, the moves the pieces automatically magnetically for your opponent. That's the main feature that I find interesting. But then I realized last episode too, as I was trying to set this up and getting frustrated, that this one doesn't do that either. But to be fair, it's a lower price point. It's like 200, so I'm still going to clown on that, but I got clowned myself, the fact that I basically avoided buying the ChessUp to get baited into buying something that's basically like the ChessUp anyway, that it'll light up, like, ooh, it'll light up the square where your opponent moves, or it'll light up what move it suggests you to make, like when it's trying to teach you, right? So it'll still do that. So it does half of it though. So I'm not going to return it, and I'm okay with it, and I'm not even going to blame them too much for it, because I looked up after the stream on their website itself, right, that it even has a checklist between this one and a different one. So I must have seen a video of another one. It's like the Miko Grand or whatever, and it costs like 600. So I wouldn't have bought that anyway, so I don't mind. But this is just for the gimmick of, oh, it lights up and I can make my move. And that'll translate to online, but their move won't. So I'll still have to do that. It'll just light it up. I guess you don't have to look at the screen at all. You can just look at only the board and play just from that. And I don't know how good the visual feedback is at this angle, like whatever, but we'll deal with it for now. And so I even want to do a tournament, like I've been doing tournaments on the chess, but maybe it's a mistake, because I don't know if it'll actually work with that. I did set up my old chess account. I had to turn off two-factor authentication, and then I put it back on after, but it wouldn't let me log in otherwise. But the point is, this is okay. You know, I paid 200 for it. I got it on like a third-party site like Walmart. It's more on their actual site, so I don't know. But if I had looked at their actual site, I like to keep myself in the dark and not look stuff up when I'm doing, you know, in anything. Because I want to be surprised and going blind. But as soon as I read the word magnet, I was sold on the fact that, oh, I assume, and I've seen videos of their other products, I guess, that do move magnetically. So I'm like, why would it have magnets if it doesn't move like that automatically? But I guess it's because of the simple fact that it's just to detect it and stuff. Like, oh, that's a sensor, that's not a magnet, but they are magnetic. You can even see like how they'll sort of stick to each other, or maybe I broke it somehow with that, but no, they do stick to each other. So it has the magnets, but they're just cosmetic. So I sort of got baited, but whatever. Again, within the price point that I was willing to spend, 200 to 400, I don't think there's one that really moves with the magnets very well. So including ChessUp. So this is in that lower tier category, but still, I don't feel too bad. I just wish I had known that and done more research. So that's kind of my fault. And it's still a fun little gimmick that I'll try to use here. And then the other side of it is the fact that I actually don't think it'll let me do a tournament. So I was trying to build this stream as like, oh, it's going to be me playing on a tournament size board, which this one technically is. It says that like when you're going to buy it and everything, or they advertise it like that, and it's using presumably tournament size pieces. And then I would also follow the tournament rules, like, oh, I can't do a touch move and stuff like that because you can simulate it. So maybe I'm actually wrong though if it'll let me do that. But I'll try it, and then also it's just, I guess I could just simulate it, but I don't know. That's like what I was doing before, but it won't make the move. You would think it would auto like detect what you're. I don't know. I'll check it in a second, but yeah, I got sort of baited by the fact that I assumed this would work with the magnets, but it doesn't. So that's fine. It is what it is. Again, within the 600 to 800 price point that the other ones that move with magnets exist, I probably wouldn't have wanted to buy that anyway. So maybe we'll save that for next year or never. But that, you know, we'll milk each one of these layers. Like, oh, the gimmick with this one is, oh, it lights up and it'll make my move for me. You know, because you got to understand the psychology behind it. Like, I want to make my move, and it translates to online, which this one does, and a lot of the other ones do, ChessUp, etc. But the second layer is, imagine if your opponent's piece, they move the piece online, and now it moves it for me automatically with magnets. It's like they're sitting across from you. It's like a real game that they're playing, and they're moving the piece. That's a pretty valuable feature, because now it feels like you're actually simulating a real game. Right, whereas here I still have to move their piece for them, which feels like it defeats the whole purpose. Then what's the point of spending hundreds of dollars? And even with the magnet feature, it still probably is a waste and a gimmick, but at least then I don't feel as stupid. But whatever, we'll deal with it. And then basically it's a situation where I, you know, the whole rollable aspect is not something I really care about. That could be part of the reason why it's so cheap. But on the flip side, I just wanted it to be like a normal solid board, so I guess I didn't pay attention to much of it. I just saw the word magnets and I was sold. Like, oh, I want to see the magnetic movement. What a cool gimmick. So I got baited there. Let me try to see how it's going to work with Chess. I guess I didn't think this through because I don't know if it'll have the tournament integration as far as, like, it'll let me queue up probably for a random game, although even that I haven't tested. Like, let me test a random game. And the problem with this is I have to use my phone, so now it's harder for me to look at my chat. But I have it on my computer anyway, so next to me. So what you have to first do, it's not even turned on, I don't think. So there's a little bit of a calibration you have to do, but it wasn't too bad. Let me see. You got to use Bluetooth, which might cause it to have a hiccup with other devices. And of course, my webcam is pretty shitty, so that has nothing to do with the product itself. It's just that's how I am. And I have this shit hanging off the side, which can't be healthy for it, but... So you get those little pretty lights. That's what you pay $200 for, reminding you, look, it lights up. Wow, a board that lights up. 10 out of 10. $1 million product. Like, come on. This is literally the gimmick. A chessboard that lights up. You could probably get a kid's toy that does that for like $9.99. Whether it has all this other integration, I don't know. But so we got to sync this shit up. So yeah, let's just see what we can do here. It'll work on Chess anyway now that I synced my account, but it won't... it may or may not let me do the tournament. I guess I didn't think about that. Or maybe the developers didn't think about it, would be the real point. Look at the gimmicks that I go into now. But this will motivate me to play better, which it certainly couldn't make me play any worse, because I'm already so bad. Knights have returned victorious. Your square off board is now connected. Okay, and then... so those lights stop flickering. So all it'll do is it'll light up what move is happening. Like, it'll light this up into that square if they're moving there. Challenge boss. Okay, so let's say I was to go on... how do I even do that? I go on Chess. I'm using the app right now. Random game. I guess it may or may not actually let me do that. Open challenge, online list. Yeah, like what if... ah, man. Okay, let me think about it for a second. like, let me go into the tournament here on the site. Like, if I play a game on the site, it should automatically work. It shouldn't require me to queue up through there, but it probably will, is the problem. Right? So you can play random games, even rated games, right? That should be no problem. The point is that, let me see. If I just join the tournament and I'm just playing the tournament, right? I'm going to do it anyway because that's mainly what I want to do. But what I'm saying is that, so it'll be below 2000 Rapid Arena. Maybe I should show some feedback on the screen. So we got like 9 minutes left there. So we join that, and then like let's say I queue up for a game on Chess. So I'm not using the app right now, right? So I'll queue up for a 5-minute game, and I wouldn't recommend this for Blitz or Bullet. But now, will this integrate with the thing, like with the flashing lights? If we're doing a Blitz game, you can't even see what's going on. But I could simulate it manually. I guess it's not that big of a deal to do this. Like, whatever, dude. This is such a scuffed setup, but so, and of course I'm looking at white, so it makes it a little more awkward if I'm playing as black. I'm not going to keep flipping the board around. So it's my move. I'll go here with the bishop. This is using it like as if it was a normal board, like I was doing anyway. So what's the point? But no, the one argument about whether this is cheating or not that I've had in the past with classical, or even just even watching other people do it, it's not cheating unless you move the piece around. So if I move it here, like let me see this transposition, and let me see, hypothetically, no, just you only make the legal moves that you're actually meant to make, and if you do that, then everything's fine, right? So I'm not hypothetically making moves. I'm just making moves, period, and that's it, right? Whatever the legal move is, I'm touching a piece, I'm moving it, that's it. You can't play around with the position, otherwise that would be technically cheating. Whether you're using this kind of gimmick board or just a real board doesn't really matter. So they go here. This is the one thing I wish it would do. You know what? I'm actually going to just resign this one. I hate that I'm not playing these out, but I'm getting too distracted by... I'm trying to see what works and what doesn't. So if I was to do the tournament, it's not auto-syncing to what game I'm playing, right? So it's not letting me do anything besides... It's not letting me do anything besides random rated games. I'm 15-14, 10 minutes, and 10-minute rated. So that you could do. Or wait, what? Wait, why is it saying 20 minutes now? Or, oh, time per... Wait. I'm so confused. It goes from 10-minute to 20-minute for some reason. Does that mean like total, or... I have no idea, but okay, I guess I'll just do it where I simulate the tournament for now because it's not working otherwise. But there's open challenge, there's random game. So there's no way to play like a tournament or something like that on there, which is extremely annoying because... Oh, I didn't think of that, actually. This would be a good feature for them to have. Right, as I'm like sort of bug testing and whatever I'm doing with this, they should have a feature where they're able to show the game. I'm still going to do it. Right, I'll still do the tournament. So they do the bug test in which you're able to basically, or I'm sorry, like I'm in a game on the site and my account is tied to the thing, but it still doesn't work. It only works, I guess, if you, it only works if you actually decide to... And changing my art and stuff would be really annoying. Wait, did I even change this? I forget. It only works if you queue up for the game there directly. Which, when I choose a rated game now, it makes me want to do a 20-minute thing. But I don't know if that'll consider it like it's a custom match, or if it'll queue up against just anybody randomly, like the way you would typically do in the ladder. Like, okay, so we got 5 minutes left before this starts. I would have almost rather played just normal games with this, but that's one thing that's bothering me is 10-minute rated 10-minute. Wait, what? Oh, it's going back to chess.com. I don't know why it changes from a 10-minute to a 20-minute when I do that. 10 minute, 0 seconds. I guess I'll just wait. That kind of ruins it though. Open challenge. Okay, let's accept the open challenge. And you have to center the thing again. I guess just while we wait. There should be something maybe where I show the feedback of the actual thing in terms of... Okay, so you center the stuff. Now the game starts on there. The only thing I have to do is... I wonder if it would allow me too to do that. Like I'd have to show the Lichess thing on the screen somehow. Like... Okay, your move. So I move the pawn there. I mean, you can see it. I don't even have to say it. Or again, I don't know how good the visual feedback is really going to be on this. So they're thinking, and now their move will light up accordingly. So what are we playing? Is this on Lichess? Is it chess.com? Is this just on the Square Off app itself? Like, I have no idea what the context of this is. So they're still thinking Rory versus me. This will at least simulate and show like what it is that we're doing in terms of the functionality of the board. If they ever make a move now, they're gonna bait me. And I did charge this, so the battery should be pretty high. So yeah, the ability to do stuff like tournaments and all is the thing that really is gonna be... Like, I get it that they don't have the functionality, but I mean, you should be able to basically do whatever game is going on the site should be going on here automatically, and it should know to be able to do that. And I don't know exactly how to do that. That's actually really annoying when I considered that I was saying that I was only allowed to play in tournaments from now on. I guess I'll break that rule because then I'd want to do this otherwise, or I could play just unrated games, or I'd be interested to see how it works in variants as well. Okay, so we got 2 minutes 40 there. I'm probably going to quit out of this game because this guy is just clowning around. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, what's annoying is I have to make the move on the computer too, which is... This is the same as playing with that actual physical paper board that I was using. Like, what's the point of this? What is this guy even doing? Or, you know what it's not even doing is it's not even showing time. So does that mean this guy's never going to lose? Like... There doesn't seem to be much of a time control. Alright, we got 2 minutes left. I don't want to quit out of this, but if I don't know what to do with this. There is no... You only offer a draw on your turn. Game aborted. Like, I don't care, dude. He's just AFK. How do we get out of here? So basically the app and everything is useless right now because we're just going to play... I'm just going to transcribe it for now since I wanted to do a tournament, but now maybe I'll just change that. Like, I can play random games again because I can't figure it out otherwise in terms of... I don't know why it's doing those circles again. Did we lose the Bluetooth connection or what? Yeah, that's the one feature that we're really missing though. No matter what you're playing on this site, it should automatically know what you're doing, and it should just allow you to... Yeah, somehow it broke my Bluetooth by aborting that game. The greatest punishment for abortion since the modern United States, haha. It should really cost you a rating or something when you do that. So... Stream game, see action on board. So what does that mean? Like, live games. These are like games that are going on. Tournaments, user games. Yeah, how about user game, as in my user game that I'm playing on the literal fucking site. Like, that would be the whole point of what I'm doing here. This is gonna be annoying, man. I don't know how to do it otherwise. Yeah, this is no more than a gimmick for now, but again, I'll just break my rule and just do that because I don't want to play any other time format besides 10-minute necessarily, even though it's more suited for classical, honestly. So I'm white. I have to make the move here. So I'm going to go here like this, like we always do. And again, oh, it lit up there for a second, but why does it matter if it lights up? Like, oh yeah, look, it's pretty lights, but it's not actually doing anything. Because like, okay, let's say I do this. I'll move it from here to here. Now, is it recognizing that in the course of the game? Online is not. So I have to still do it. So it doesn't automatically do that. So if you're doing tournaments and stuff like that, god damn it. Whatever, it's still fine. We're playing like a normal game. It's okay. I want to play at least one game after this, though, where I actually play it like a real game. Like, so let's see how visually clear this really is. I guess it's not super clear. But how else would you show it? If I showed it at the other angle, it'd be like the pieces are on this side and this side. So that would pose some problem too, I guess. So I go here with the knight. Transcribe the move onto there, but you can't even see that. I need like a dual screen thing, like where you can see two, because I don't want to like mess up the resolution or orientation of what is already a pretty garbage webcam. And so whatever. Okay, let's see. There are time. See, like this is still a long enough format where doing this is okay, but then it'll come down to time pressure and then I'll screw up. But that's what'll make it difficult. Even with the magnet or whatever, but I would totally be willing to deal with it too. I like the novelty of doing that. Of being able to use the magnets and everything. You go here and then you get to, what would I typically do here? I would bring the knight, the other knight. So again, this is something you could do just with a normal board. You wouldn't need to have all this fancy stuff, but also you have the ability to also play it where your moves gets transcribed, but only in a very controlled way, I guess, if you queue up through the thing, which is, even that would be fine. Why can't I join the tournament then through that as well? Like, it's using these lights, but what good does the light do? Like, just to see that you're not cheating. You're not supposed to drag it, because then that confuses it normally. Like, you're supposed to just move it, lift it up and move it like that. So I'm going to go now to the, I almost did that where I touched it. But that's okay. Okay, fine. I'm actually not thinking about that really, in terms of right now, because I'm so distracted. Okay, let's try to focus. I don't think I've really done that so far because I've been pretty decisive about the moves. But they go here. I was doing that to stop the pin, of course. And now I'm just going to simply castle for now. Which actually, that I don't know entirely how it would work. Yeah, how would I castle in terms of... Wait, that I genuinely don't know that. Well, I guess I'd be making an illegal move otherwise. Like, it can't move the king those two squares, so it would, you know, I think it would understand what's happening. They go ahead, they move their bishop to here, and then I'm going to promptly take it with my bishop. This is where the magnets get confusing when they're capturing stuff. I'm just adjusting. And then, of course, they're going to take back with the pawn. They pre-moved it even. And it would get a little confusing and tricky with the queens, too, as far as, okay, I got to pick up the pace a little bit. Like, the point is that, yeah, isn't this all worth it? Because the little pretty thing lights up. Wow, what a crazy feature. I'm just going to keep clowning on all these products. Like, that's literally all it does. Make a chessboard with lights. That doesn't even serve a functional purpose in this case. Right? Because otherwise it would be transcribing it automatically, which it's not doing. I'm just playing the game. I almost don't even want to do this now, but whatever. So they go ahead, they castle as well. Gonna hurt my back because now I have to stretch and move on the computer in a way that I don't want to do, that I wasn't planning to have to do. We can go ahead, we can pin the knight, or I can just I should actually preserve it. Though now I'm breaking the touch move rule on the, god damn it, on the computer. That's kind of cheap. Like, okay, I want to go here. And then we'll set up to, obviously, set up to save, preserve the diagonal. We can capture that with the thing here. He goes here, and then I'll promptly capture. Right, you got to be very decisive with your with your moves. Now the thing is going to get attacked as well. The knight with the pawn is going to get attacked, and then you go here, and then of course I'm going to move the knight, move it back to there. We'll attack the pawn right back, and then we'll set up for a double attack. And the reason why we'll set up for a double attack is because they're going to bring the bishop right there, but they can still cover. But then guess what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go with the pawn to F5, what is it, F4. And the reason why is because then you take, and then I take with the rook like there, and so like whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They make the wrong pawn move though. This normally they'd cover back. Now they're just doing that, so that doesn't actually block the diagonal at all. If they take, I can't take back, so I almost don't want to take, and I could almost just reinforce it. And the reason why is because let's just do that. Yeah, we'll reinforce it there. Like the thing could be off right now and I could be saving battery because this doesn't serve any purpose at all. So I have 5 minutes. Yeah, you can't see any of the feedback either. Like this is a little scuffed, but whatever. I have 5 minutes left. They have 7 minutes left. I guess you could watch the game itself on the site. Like obviously I'm playing, but imagine if I win a tournament like this too. But it maybe gets rid of some of the distractions. So they capture here as if the act of doing this isn't distracting. So now I'll take with this and open the rook as I like to do. I like to open the rook towards the king. One of my few attacking ideas that I do as a relatively defensive player. And so now you have the open thing for the rook, and you also have this incoming, but you won't be able to do anything in terms of the so we could trade rooks, but what I am saying is like that dark square diagonal I have to deal with in terms of I wanted to put the bishop on b2, right? But now it doesn't work because of that other pawn. So how do I do that? I guess I just can't do it, so I'll just leave it. Like, you would think that would be relatively of a weak position for the... Okay, I better just move the bishop, though, anyway. So I'll move it here instead of attacking the pawn, even though that seems kind of dumb, because... So the problem is I'm going to end up losing on time, because I might play at a good level, but then I can't keep up with doing all this stuff together. Right? I literally cannot move. I have to move their piece, my piece. I have to move my piece again on the thing. Like, come on. What did he do? I don't even see it. He went here. And then we go and we just... we move the knight now somewhere. This is going to be potentially a liability too. This is so unbelievable and uncomfortable. I'm still going to win. I'm going to win the whole tournament too, not just this game. How the heck did I fall down to 1500 anyway? Like, you've been watching it happen, but it's just absurd. So what you have now is the ability to consider, like, yeah, how comfortable is this for people to watch and understand the position of the board at this angle? But I feel like this is how they show it, even in tournaments and stuff, just maybe the webcam being so bad. So my time is dwindling down, and I'm not too happy about it. So I'll just do the trade now with the rooks. I'll do the trade. This is honestly a little bit unfair, but it's okay. So now I can offer up the trade immediately again. They could take with either the king. They're taking a while to actually make that move. I almost don't have enough room on my table for all these large ass pieces that we're dealing with. Okay, so they could trade again, and then we could, or I guess I'm moving it there first, which that's not really cheating in terms of the touch move thing. I'm just more so concerned about time there, but in the end, it doesn't matter. But it kind of does matter. I should always make the move first on the computer because then my clock isn't running down there, and so the amount of time that it takes for me to move the pieces are done on their turn, not on my turn. And I should try to predict their moves and be, yeah, actually, I should have been doing that the whole time. I should always move the piece on there first because you get to yeah, I need some sort of like split screen shenanigans. There should be a feature like that. Like I'm showing two different things that you can flip between yourself without me having to fit it all on the same screen because you again the resolution and this webcam is kind of shitty. So they go ahead, they take, and I'll take back with the rook. And so now they take here. I take, obviously, that with the rook itself. Then they bring the rook, and I'll just promptly capture it with no questions asked. And so, and then I'm just assuming the next sequence of moves, so I don't even have to. I'll just do it all at once. I don't care. That is the sequence of moves. If something else happens, I'll just resign the game. So that's done, and then we get to go quickly now. I'll actually go back with the knight. And try to, whatever, do something with the pawn. Or wait, we've ended up in an illegal position where I'm so confused. I guess I made a wrong move. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I was. I must have moved something incorrectly. Whatever, this is correct based on the online board now. So we're going to try to like double attack that pawn again, or I don't even have to because it's not even covered, so you can just take it. So they make a massive mistake. They move their king. I move my thing. I take, oh god. Damn it. Now the magnets are serving a purpose to fuck up the whole position. Okay. So we take that. So that's not even covered at all. And then we could try to take advantage of that diagonal or something of the sort. We definitely have to keep it where we cover the one pawn, the anchor pawn here, because of the fact that, so unfortunately it's going to come down to time, which is a little bit unsettling, but okay, let's see what we got. They move the king here. I can pin it immediately. I'm making these kind of moves just to save time now because of how much I'm up against, but it's okay. You can pin it and you can just take it. And I don't care because whatever, like it's good enough. The bishop could be very valuable here, but I could also just double attack it right now. So they move the pawn here. I'm going to immediately double attack it with the knight, and it's pinned and no pawn can cover it. They'd have to do knight covers knight. They'd have to go knight to whatever, they do it. But you know why it doesn't matter is because since it's still pinned, I can still move the pawn. So I'll move the pawn here, and they'll take and check though, but they can't even. I move the pawn here, they move the king there. I'm going to capture here with the thing. They're going to probably take back with the knight as well. God damn it. Okay. Now they go here. Then I have to end this quickly, which I just can't do. So maybe I'll just play the rest of it out on here. This is stupid. I can't do it. I mean, I'm in a flag. I'll just show you the rest of the game after, I guess. I can't do it. They're going to take here. Like, this is so stupid. Okay, you'll just have to wait a second. You can go here, you check. Yeah, time is going to be an issue, and the reason why time is going to be an issue is because, like, dude, I'm literally, he's offering a draw. I'm literally up against it because I get to... Okay, they would potentially take their 58 seconds. I mean, I just can't do it. Like, I accept the fact that in terms of time, I literally, objectively cannot do it. Okay, but they missed it. So they had the bishop for free. Oh, I don't know what just happened. I genuinely, okay. Am I gonna lose now? Or no, they move the knight, I come back. I could sack my knight and it wouldn't matter because they can't catch up in time to my pawn over here. Let's just play it out and then I'll show you what happened, I guess. They can't catch up as far as I can tell. Yeah, so they do that. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, I don't think I want to do this. That's fine. Like, it's hard enough just doing even one part of this, but like, dude. They can take their knight, and it's actually still an even position, but that makes me really angry, actually. Wait, I think they just blundered their queen, though. I'm so confused as to what's happening. How did they even do that when... Bro, like, you just... I'm not happy. I'm just not happy. With 0.9 seconds left. So let's just forget that game and just move on to the next one because I won it actually somehow, but I'm not happy about it. That is so unfair in like so many ways that I can't even describe it. So this, I don't want to use it like this, I guess. I'll just do it for this tournament, but whatever. That's so idiotic. I should like switch it then just to display capture so you can actually see it for the rest of it. Maybe that frustration will motivate me, the fact that I have to deal with that. That is so stupid. Because the only way I would have lost would have been on time, and I was messing up because of that too. So one of my pieces fell too, which is kind of upsetting. So, okay, I'm black, they're white. Let me just play the game on here and see if I can catch up. But that's the trick. I should move first on the online, and if I do that, then I'm able to so hang on a second. That's the problem with the tournaments too. They don't give you time to really do all this. Let's see, what did I drop first of all? Okay, they moved the queen back there. And so I'm going to leave this for now. Let's see what we have here. Let me try to just figure out what happened with this because I really can't. You know what? Maybe I'll just switch back to display capture and just do it like a normal game right now because I can't play like this. Yeah, let's just do that for right now. I can't. There's got to be a way where I can show both at once. I'm sure there's a feature like that. So here, I'll just switch it. Yeah, there's going to be these time struggles where I literally can't do anything. Or maybe there's a way to show the webcam without. Oh god, this is such an annoying thing. Okay. Okay, let's just play the game like this. I think you can see it. I just get triggered when I have to deal with so many obstacles at once. You can't see the webcam now. You can only see this. So that should be fine. Let's just beat this guy real quick. Why am I even in this position then still? My back is hurting. This is the worst. Right, normally don't show my chat like this actually, but What an unbelievable headache again. It's not necessarily the product's fault there. I'm just trying to, well, that aspect you should probably be able to do though, because, oh my god. All right, let's just play it like a normal thing. So after this is done, I'll try to do that, but it's just ridiculous. I mean, I can't even keep up. I mean, I'm already slow as it is. Like, either I would say I'll do it for classical games, which I don't even really play classical games, or what. I also want to try it with, like, variants, but I guess it wouldn't. I guess it just doesn't work with anything except for literally you have to queue up through there. But you could, like, sort of transpose a variant in there, like Chaturanga. It would work exactly the same way, except, you know, the bishop just works as the elephant and whatever, but, like, it doesn't stop you from still doing it. Like, it could still work, even with, like, the magnetic pieces and stuff. This has been a very frustrating and disappointing couple of sessions, though, because it's just, I'm trying to use it in ways that it just doesn't work. But after this tournament, I'll do it in the way that it is meant to work, which is simply to, you know, just play an actual normal game with it. You can bring the king to the outside a little bit here. And then now the rook can come in anytime it wants. So this position is relatively comfortable still. So you can bring this to here. We both have a bishop pair and we both have a rook. Yeah, I got to make it harder for myself to make myself focus and actually play well. That's going to be the secret. So they could come into like here, which I'm not too happy about. Let me try to go here. They could actually come in and give a check though. But the act of doing that wouldn't win them anything. It would just be kind of awkward and potentially even problematic for them. Like, what does the unleash do now? They can unleash, but if they don't move it, then I can put the rook behind it too. And then if they move it, I can take their rook, so that could be a problem. But then I can't even double attack it, but I kind of could, because then I could bring my bishop to attack it. So yeah, I can't really do this unless it's a longer format or something of the sort. Now, I can't bring that back either, but I'm going to give him a lot of headache with the bishop itself. So now they can't do anything still. And the reason why is because they can't really use the diagonal of the bishop for now. I'm going to try to trade this as well, and then it'll come down to the bishop pair versus the bishop pair endgame. Which I can't say for sure that mine is really that much better, but I feel like my pawns and my position is better though, and my king is possibly better. Like now if I bring it to here, then all I have to do is consolidate one other thing, which is the fact that I consolidate the fact that we have that covered by the king. So now the other side is also covered by the dark square bishop itself. So if I go to here and then I go to there, for example, would be good because then everything is fine. Right, so these pawn structures are very intuitive and make a lot of sense. And so I can't really argue with that. I can try to bring my king out to be impactful, because other than that, I'm not seeing too many openings. I'm going to let them make the dictating moves with the pawns for now, so we get to there is a pawn move that you're going to have to make at some point. And the reason why you're going to have to make it is because you're going to have to let something get through, because otherwise this is a dead drawn position that has no other value to it. And so what you can do is you can basically do it like this. And the reason why you can do it like this is because now my light square bishop is going to be open, or even it might be more valuable to let my king go through. So now I can keep his king a little bit at bay, because you can't go anywhere forward, or you can go on the light square, I guess, right there. But now my bishop can go behind your pawns a little bit. My bishop can go behind, and their king isn't really going to be able to impact a whole lot here. If they push the pawn, I take. If they don't, I take. But even if they push, I guess they can take back, but then I can also take back. My obsession with tournaments is coming back to bite me a little bit. Now you got to keep just moving the king up, which is always a good thing because it's just being more and more active, even though it seems to have its limits. I don't think they can really affect this pawn too much. If they move it, I take for free. If they don't move it, I take it. So there's nothing that they can do about it. We definitely identified a weak point in their position. They're going to do that with the thing here. And I can't keep moving forward, I guess. Or am I going to get mated here somehow in a super creative way that seems virtually impossible? Just because I'm overextending too much. So you can take this here, first of all. And then it busts up their position a bit. Now by the time they get there, I should be fine as well. Then again, I might not be is the problem. The reason why is because you get to go here now. And then it's still a little bit tricky, actually. I can't take there. They're going to attack the dark square bishop itself. I can try to come around on the other side here. They push it to there, and then I go like this. They could raise the pawn and check there, which is kind of unfortunate. That was a very bad move, and I immediately identify why it's a bad move, so that's kind of cool, I guess. And then they could just either keep going or take for free. Very fun and interactive experience. I guess the dark square bishop can catch up and still do something, but if I... That's too bad. That's too bad. We have plenty of time still. Yeah, like being on the time pressure not only of the game itself, but the tournament too makes me not really too happy about the way this is going. But can I not just do something with this? Like, they're just gonna eat up all my pawns, and I just have to let them do it because I have to deal with this, and so that's okay with me, dude. So now they're gonna go to try to promote that one, which I might still be able to stop, but that was a disastrous sequence that makes me very unhappy. And so now we can go here, we can go here. They'll give a check probably still and mate my dumbass with the two bishops. I wouldn't be surprised even if it was a mate. Like, this is such a stupid turnaround sequence. They might have missed an opportunity to just win it outright, the thing. So now it's going to be a draw at best, and I just can't do anything about it. You may just have to sack there, and it's probably... Their ability to actually do this is going to be greatly diminished to the point where... Well, I guess I can't do that either, though. Watch them win this. Watch them actually win in a way that is just absolutely incredible, and I have to give it to you, man. You're just a good player. Like, what are you gonna do? Give a check there? Let him have it. I mean, you can have it. I really don't care. Like, I'm just not happy with the way this has gone. Like, it's so stupid. I'm only salty when it's like all my fault that something happens, which is, I guess, always. But I mean, sometimes people will do things that are actually creative or interesting, but I'll make a move too quickly and then I'll just immediately say what the problem is with it. He did that pretty expertly well, so now I have to change my art and everything too, so that's too bad. But no, that bishop pair position was kind of a drawn, kind of stale position, and then I turn it into a loss. And the reason why I turn it into a loss is because I actually try to play the game like a normal game, and actually, like chess is a game that deserves to be actually played, which it doesn't, because what you're doing is, oh, you should just play for a draw, and it's fine. It is a draw, and I couldn't have possibly lost. Like, I say this in so many games, and again, it's not even being salty because I don't want to draw. I would rather lose than draw, and this is what often happens. Like, whenever you try to actually do something. But maybe I'll just quit the tournament after this one. I can't do it with the time format at all, so I'll just play a game. I'll just change my format then where I can do other things besides tournaments, or maybe I could play a different format, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, can you please hurry up, dude? Holy shit. Okay, yeah, we're gonna quit the tournament. That's fine. I thought I would enjoy that more. Somehow I assumed this thing would actually work with it. But now let me do what I've been trying to do, which is let me try to actually play a tournament in which I'm able to, or not a tournament, a random game online that would allow you to, I don't know if you can even hear me now, I'm so far away from it. You can play this in such a way that I'll use the app and I'll use the ability to I'll use the app and I'll use the ability to actually move the pieces on the board to move it online, and we can finally see what the purpose of this goddamn thing I got is. Alright, so I was trying to use it in all kind of ways that I probably shouldn't even bother doing. So now, should I be allowed to play a rated game on here with that? And the answer is, let me see what other format I can do. That's all I want to see. So we go to random games. Random game with chess. And I don't know why it's saying 20 minute. Like, I don't get it. Let's try to mess ourselves up on time again. So I'll do a blitz game maybe. It doesn't even give you those as an option because you somehow. Let's actually practice. Okay, we'll do a 5-minute game. Do a 5-minute blitz game if it even lets me. Keep this piece at the center of the square. Challenge creation failed. Try other time setting. It won't even let me do it. Okay, fine. I'll do a 10-minute unranked game. How about that? Like, this is being so difficult right now. 10-minute, please. Okay, so they go to here. It's pretty clear. So they're white, I'm black. So I'll go here, and that should make the move automatically online, and it seems to. So they go like this. Okay, finally we get to do this. So I'll take there. I tend to take those kind of gambit pawns. I'm going to try to follow the touch move aspect here. I guess this makes it feel like a tournament setting where, oh, you can kind of say, oh, technically I'm playing a tournament. So you just wait for the lights. It's not actually that bad. See, this part at least is somewhat enjoyable because I make my move on here, I make their move on here, so I don't have to look at the screen at all. Unless it bugs out and they're actually doing something, but they're not. Or it says it's my move, so it may be already bugged out. Or wait, what am I? I'm confused. No, maybe I'm just stupid. I'm assuming they would have taken the pawn, but they couldn't. So maybe I should just move the knight here. So it does pretty seamlessly do this. I don't know how you would even know. Like, you could show that it's working online. So they move the pawn up here and attack the thing, which is maybe something I typically wouldn't allow. But that was a bit of a mistake. I just have to go back. Again, I'm certainly distracted in doing this. But it's okay. So we go there, then we just wait for the light. Yeah, but you can do that is the one valuable feature. I can look at the board here and I don't have to look at my screen or use my screen at all. So I'm playing on the board, I'm fully The feedback, obviously, for your opponent is kind of stupid in the sense that you you are basically doing it in such a way that it's just this pretty little light, like that's really worth this amount. But I can't do anything with this, and the reason why is because I can't develop my thing. So what I may do is I may go here and then try to free up that square for the knight. So I already messed up the opening. You go here, I'll go back. You kind of have to press it in a little bit, but generally it's been detecting it pretty well. Now they'll bring their bishop to actually capture this. It's pretty clear, at least the lights, as to what it's trying to tell you, right? With like where it's moving from and everything. So it's my move. I get to go here and finally try to castle. They could actually pin it down though, which is a bit of a nightmare. See how much people say, oh, openings don't matter. I play the opening in a bit of an uncomfortable way just because I'm not used to playing like this, I guess. And then it ruins the whole thing because, yeah, I'd like to see how that works actually for myself. Like let's say I just do it right now. Will it actually do that move? It seemed to do it just fine. So at least it understands castling. Let's see here. They move the queen there, so I don't really care too much about that. They'll move the knight in a second, and they'll have the bishop there as well. So I could just... Actually, I kind of feel compelled to do this. Yeah, if only I could have done the tournaments, but maybe I'll just cut that format short. Or I could just play unranked games here, but then what's the point? I don't typically like doing that. They attack the queen itself, and I don't know exactly what to do with that. I can't really block for it, so I only have one move, I guess, which is just to go here. Yeah, the only thing I'm not showing here is the actual feedback of playing on the site. Like, this could just be a game against a bot. You wouldn't even know, but this is a game against a similarly ranked player, I guess. Actually, it's not even a rated game, so I don't know. It's against Marco Polo. I really got to figure that aspect out, if I can, like, somehow show the screen at the same time. But I don't want to have it take up too much space. So it is, sometimes I'm getting confused that like the move I just made is there so that I'm not trying to make a move, but they move the knight up to develop, and then I am going to try to open some more of this here. Yeah, I almost touched it, but I didn't touch it. So that's not breaking the rule, I guess. I just want to give the thing somewhere to go. This is such a ugly kind of position, so I'll just go here, I guess, and just give up the pawn. I don't know why I did that. Makes no sense. I'm going to lose, but it's an unrated game too. They do the end pesant capture. It even lights that up to show you that that's been taken, which it seems to maybe be bugging out there. And then what if I capture back? I just don't know at what point if it's actually going to bug out. Or no, I guess I moved the wrong thing for them. Or no, that's an illegal move too. What is the move? What is the move? They're attacking my queen. Or no. They're moving the other. This is where the lights get a little confusing. But hopefully it'll auto-correct itself. I botched that pretty badly. So now I'll just move my queen away, and I will... you go there. Are we going to get our first Botez Gambit over the board? This aspect is at least relatively enjoyable. Like, I could actually get around this. Right. Again, you're playing fully on the board. I don't have to look at the screen. The only inconvenience is that I have to... is that I have to basically move their pieces, but it's not a huge deal, I guess. But Let me move my bishop back. I'm not developing really adequately enough at all, though. But no, this is good to try to simulate a tournament environment. So I should almost show the app if I could. I don't know. I want to show some sort of feedback, whether it be the amount of time we have, whether it be the amount of. I'll just immediately capture that back without even thinking. I don't even care. What? What is happening? Oh, I don't know what happened. What happened? I don't get it. It's bugged out. Okay, I don't know. It's not like I made an illegal move, although it might be a bad move. I think I just broke it. That's awesome. Fucking every little thing, man. This one is having an issue because it keeps sliding, and I can't stop it from sliding. What is it? What happened to that square? It's just telling me my move is so bad that I shouldn't make it. I guess I lose to the technical difficulties of this because it just won't let me take. Okay, we go back here. How about that? And then we put this back here. And then I meant to capture here. What the fuck? So the knight fucks everything up as usual. I don't get it. I don't know what it wants me to do. It's just not working. So I guess I'll try to play it out fully on here, but I just can't. So I meant to go to here. This one is off center. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. It just won't work. It's a good way to test out. This game has no stakes. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm going to get banned and trying to do all this just because I keep. Oh my god. I guess I could manually make it on the app to make up for this, but. Like, what is it that it's looking for me to do? Okay, that somehow worked now, so you got to struggle with it at times. Captures that, and then I get to, I have very little time left. My development is absolutely atrocious, so I'll move this here though and still not develop. They have 8 minutes left, I have like a minute left. They'll capture there, which is pretty obvious. I already said that. Then I'll just move the king here. That's obviously in check. And then sometimes their own bishop can get trapped here, though. If they, I could move the pawn up and they could, if they don't pull it back. Now they attack the queen, and I can just back off away. Go like this. Then they can capture this for free. Amazing. Clearly, I'm not playing even worse because of this. Is that not working or what? What happened? That is meant to be the legal move. Like, I don't know what. Okay. Or, oh, that's to imply that it's just checkmate. Try again. Don't get mad, get even. Okay, so that was, for all intents and purposes, a legitimate full game that we played on the chess that was relatively okay. There were a few bugs with it. It seems to have trouble with the movement of the knight, at least. I think the whole problem becomes a time issue. You can't really do this in a short time format. Like, I would have to actually play classical or something, which it's more suited for. Then I might not mind as much, but again, that was at least a good use for it. Like, you saw, be able to play the whole game on the board. I don't even have to look at the screen. I guess except for time purposes. Why can't I have these little lights light up to show that? Right, show on the boards our time somehow. Oh, that'd be a really cool feature, actually. It could just like occasionally light up or have it like on the bottom here, on the side or something. Or maybe it does, and I just can't see the side because it's hanging off the goddamn table. But the bishop goes here. Now, let me try to decide what I want to do in terms of time formats and stuff as far as, but there's no real feedback or UI on here anyway, right? There should be like a clock or something on the side. It's on the app, but for your benefit, you can't see that. So let me think. I kind of want to play like one more game. I wanted to do the tournament only thing, but I should do this just for like a different format if I'm going to do it, but it would have to be longer. And again, I can't play classical either because of my other condition. So I'm going to be forced to play like blitz, which is not a good idea to do on this. But in fact, it almost won't even let me do that. Like, let me see what we have here. The chess rated, and I want to go not less than 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, 0 seconds. They won't even let you play a, that one keeps falling over a little bit. Creation failed, try this with other time setting. Okay, how about 6 minutes? Like, what the fuck? Not less than 5 minutes, but... Okay, I'll do a 6-minute game. Like, I don't understand what it wants me to do. Challenge failed, try another time setting. I'm so confused. Okay, it doesn't want to make itself look bad that, oh, look, I played a bullet game and just... I'm having trouble finding a format legitimately that I can do because it's all, you know, I have all these formats and rule sets for it, so otherwise I can't do it. Let's see what it would look like on chess.com. Is there some other option I can do here that would be good? Because again, I'm not really allowed to play on chess.com either because of my other aspect. 10-minute game, rated game. I guess I could just play on the square off thing itself. Like, what is chess moves even? I don't even know what that is. Let's try that. Let's do a 10-minute game on chess moves. Whatever that even is. These are both, like, I have the chess and chess.com account integrated here, but I don't have these integrated. So chess moves and chess square off itself. Presumably, opponent not found. But look how quickly it gave up. Like, what do you mean, not found? Okay, keep looking. Like, just nobody's using that. I don't know what that even is. So let's do a 10-minute game on the... 10-minute game on the Square Off app itself. We're going to be the best player on here, bottom feeder effect, because probably hardly anybody plays on this. And again, the whole draw of it is to be opponent not found. I thought there were all these open challenges and stuff that we had, except challenge created RS Prince. So I'm white. We make our move there, but it's like a minute game. How is that possible? What? Showing that we only have a minute each, and then he's not even going to play. Yeah, I maybe need to give some better visual feedback on the screen, and I also need to somehow account for the clock. I guess the clock I could put there, like on the bottom, in a way that... Or you know what, maybe I have an idea. I don't want to keep aborting games because then I'll get in trouble on here. Let me try to do a setup here for a second. Hey, Isma, how's it going? So let's see if I can put this on the bottom. So even if it just shows the time and like the notation, that might be good enough. I don't know how I could get it to show the whole board because then it'll take up too much space. Let's see here. Go like this, and then I'll just shrink it down to only a small portion. Or I guess I could show the whole screen, but then it would be in an awkward orientation. What am I doing? I'm just basically trying out this new board that I got. So if I can put it... This isn't the way that I'd want to do it. I'd want to show, like, I want the size to be the same, but I only want to show part of it. So if I go... Let's see, what part would show here? If I play against the bot, I could probably tell. So basically, if I make my move on the physical board, it'll make the move online for me. Which is kind of a cool thing, but it's also not really worth $200 that I spent on it, but I just felt like doing it for Christmas. that I just got it for myself, and then I thought it would be one of those that would move with the magnets, but unfortunately that one's something else. I got confused. Right, so this one only makes my move, but the other one would make your opponent's move too, so you wouldn't even have to move theirs at all, and that's kind of what I wanted. Okay, let's test out if I can show the camera at least, or I mean the time. Play with the computer, doesn't really matter what level. Yeah, if we can just show like this part of the board, this part of the screen, and if I could shrink that down to cut like everything else out, that should be fine. But it's like you want to be zoomed in on just that. Let's see. Okay, whatever. I can't figure out that. Let's just play like one more game, I guess, quick before my phone dies, actually, because we do need the phone to... There's so many things you have to do, right, to get this to work, but it's kind of cool, I guess. It's just a gimmick. The one problem is that my formats have kind of messed me up, because now I can't play on chess.com because I deleted my account there. I can't play on LeChess. You know, I can only play in tournaments, but then those don't work on here. So maybe I should make some other format or exception for it, which I was almost willing to do with Blitz, but it's not working now either because I can't even do Blitz because it doesn't want to let you do Blitz. Maybe because, oh, it wouldn't, you know, you feel like it wouldn't work too well, but a faster time format, but my phone's gonna die in the middle of a game. So can I play like a... What is the fastest format that I can do? It should let you do it. Like, I'm not going to hold it against it that, oh, this guy's going to make me get banned for resigning because somehow I joined a game that I don't know. I don't know what's happening here either. Okay, let me just do one quick game if I can. Random game. Yo, why does it keep showing me these random people? Okay, with chess. It says not less than 5 minutes, but then if you try to do 5 minutes, it doesn't work either. Challenge failed. Yeah, I guess I just can't do it then. I don't know why. Nothing above. Like, let's do a 9-minute game then. Would that count as blitz? Searching for opponents, so this is on LeChess, but it probably means I'm hosting a game. You're not really queuing up for the... Like, whatever. It's a little bit different, but this is an unrated 9-minute game. I guess I'm white. That guy was saying yesterday I sound white based on my voice, but this is all the kind of stupid guesses you get when you don't show face cam and stuff. Yeah, we'll just do this, and I think my battery might actually die. Or I guess, you know what you can do? You can just... I can move it away and charge it, and I don't need my phone next to me as I'm playing. Because you can just wait for them, so... like, you don't really need to be looking at it at all. That's the whole beauty of it, I guess. I don't need to look at the screen. I don't need to look at the phone, anything. It's just annoying that you have to use the phone in the phone app, which I kind of get, but... Sometimes I won't process that it's actually my move, since I just moved as black, so it's not my move. I don't have to worry about it. But no, I'm still following the tournament rules, at least, for what it's worth. We can go ahead, we can castle, which this is the sort of thing that might very well confuse it, but I think it kind of gets it. So we move the knight here. This is at least a decent time format game. Yeah, see, this I could get into. This could actually be fun, because it makes a certain amount of intuitive sense. My biggest challenge is just finding out what format to play now, because I have so many rules that I have to follow. Even in the course of losing a game, I'd have to change my art on there, which you can't even see the art now, so it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know what I'm, you know, so many random things I'm doing. So you can go here. Yeah, I am following the touch move rule. And so I'll try to figure out a way to do the clock, though. That's an important aspect here. And the reason why is because if you do the clock, then you're able to Or again, I almost want to show the whole board, but I really can't figure out how to do that without it messing up other things. Like, you can see how tight this is to fit. I can barely fit it as it is, and if I make it look smaller, it'll look even worse. So like my webcam and all that isn't very good. So it's their move. They're bringing the bishop to here, and then I'll capture it. I think I confused it a little bit that way. Okay, dude. Oh, God. It's kind of my fault when you bump the pieces up against each other like that, but... Okay, we'll reset. We'll reset. Just chill out. So when you move other pieces, then it fucks up. Then I assume that they were going to do that anyway. It seems to recover pretty well. Like, it'll get confused sometimes, but it'll also recover. So now it should be my move. And then... Yeah, the concept behind this is maybe more intriguing than the reality of actually using it, but so he's going to go here in a bit of a brazen move, and I guess I will oblige and capture it. So we capture here. It seems to get confused with the knight a lot. And the reason why is because see, when you do that, it gets all confused because I don't know what you're supposed to do. Are you supposed to move the piece that you're taking first, or are you supposed to... We're going to go ahead, we're going to attack it, and then we're going to even double attack it with the... So you can play this at a pretty fast pace, though. Like, you could literally play bullet like this. The magnetic aspect would be what you would question there a little bit. As far as, like, oh, with the magnets, it would be hard because you get to... Damn, if only I could somehow play the tournament game. I would totally do that on here, but I just can't. But I had to like transcribe it, and then I'm losing on time, and I'm getting pissed because of that. So there, we could just capture it. That'd be fine with me. Yeah, the act of capturing is a little bit weird because then you're confusing it by bumping the pieces together. But generally, it seems to recover from that pretty well. Now it's gonna get confused here, even though I'm saying that. What is it doing? It's what? It's showing the lights, but I mean I did my thing. Like, it doesn't actually seem to be a problem. Like, why is it staying lit up like that? I guess it still worked. It's hard to kind of show you the feedback whether it's working or not because you're not seeing the app or you're not seeing... Okay, so he goes back, and then we can just capture this. Yeah, it's when you do that capture motion that it's getting a little bit confused. If there's one flaw with it, it's that. That, and of course, just the knight itself, I suppose. That was like a touch move moment. I was hesitating to make that move, but that ended up being the right... Or what I did anyway. Like, I might have changed my mind normally, but... It's their move. They move the knight over to here. And then I get to... Yeah, the whole thing they're trying to advertise this on, too, is like, oh, you can take it to the park, and you can... Like, why would I take this to the park so I could play online against somebody? If I go to the park, I could just play against somebody in real life. Like, I don't get it. But it has a certain gimmicky aspect to it. Now, they could capture, I could capture... That's perfectly fine. So see, I'm moving this from here to here. And so it should understand what I'm doing, and it does, I guess. Now I could capture back with the rook itself, or I could have done the pawn, but that's fine with me. But yeah, this is showing you what it's doing. Like, I'm playing an online game against somebody by doing this, which is reasonably fun. It works generally well, so my review would be... It's good. Again, it's missing some features. Certainly, I wish I could do other modes, other formats. It's not letting me do faster formats, which again, you might say, well, you wouldn't want to do those anyway, which I agree, but, you know, it should let me, and it should let me do, you know, I don't know how variants would work. I don't like having to use the app all the time. I don't like to, and again, even though I'm using the app, I'm still playing on Chess, so that's fine. Like, I assume the matchmaking would be similar. I don't know if it's like hosting a game in the lobby and then having somebody join that way, but even if it was, it would be, effectively the same thing, I guess. I don't know if it's doing it like an actual random matchmaking. or if it's just saying like, oh, I pick a 10-minute format and it's doing it like it would automatically randomly in the lobby, right? Or if somebody's actually having to manually join it, but either way, it's not like you're short of a player base, so it's fine. So you have this double attack on the pawn there, which is a bit of a problem if I try to move the bishop itself. Or even the thing. If I move the rook or the bishop. You go into here and then they might unleash and do something cheeky, so I should probably just pull back. I'd be fine with that. So they're not really posing a big threat. This is a pretty evenly matched kind of game. If they move the knight, I can obviously just do whatever I want. They have 7 minutes. I have 3 minutes. That's the biggest thing that you want to show is just the clock, or maybe even the notation, so you could, understand it better based on the position. I don't really have to show it on the site because, who cares about that? Like unless you don't believe that it's working on the site. This is like a bugged move because how is this? This is actually the first oh no, I just can't see it. I thought it was like showing like the pawns like capturing the knight, but I can't see the light on the edge of the board there, so I thought it was bugging out, but it's fine. You just go ahead, you capture. I'll even double capture to try to trade both. I'd be fine with that. What is this now, dude? What is this? I don't have time for this shit. Oh, come on. I could possibly do something on the app to just move it along, but the reason why I don't want to do that is because I'm trying to simulate fully like what it would be like to play on here, which again, generally 99% of the time is fine. So we go ahead, we capture here. It's lighting up something now incorrectly. I don't know what's going on. But it's still at the point where you have this and this. So what you would do is you could capture this. Come on. Come on, bro. Really, bro? I'm even saying it generally works. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm moving the queen to here and putting it down. Then the king captures back. You have to make sure you're not like dragging it up against that sometimes. Now from here I can go ahead and give a check with the rook, and again time is the big factor that I'm down to a minute. So clearly it's not just the fact that I'm slow like normal, but it's also the fact that I'm now this pawn is totally unguarded, so I might actually have to just go back. I can't really do anything about it. Yes, it's pinned. Yes, I maybe should try to go for that, but I should really just play a longer format, but I can't because I have the other condition there. Would I risk my whole chess account? Because if I lose the next if I lose the next game there, then I have to delete my account actually. So I'll move the pawn there, and they're gonna move a pawn here. And then I'm going to just go back here. Maybe try to cover it where it sits. Then I can go back and try to attack the knight. But it's no longer possible because the pin is not happening. They go ahead, they move the knight here. I go ahead and move the bishop there. I don't know how well you can actually see the lights either. But basically it's lighting up on the board. Both the square that's being moved from and moved to. So they go ahead and move to here. And then I go ahead and I can abandon this again. Attack the knight. I wish the king was still pinned is kind of what I was trying to go for earlier. I don't feel like I'm even moving that slow, but because I have to, it's really going to come down to time somehow. They move the knight to here. I'll just make kind of filler random moves for now that don't really serve a purpose. I might try to exchange some of the pawns. You go from here to here, and I'll just capture this. Trading is always my style of play anyway. It's going to mess up and I'm going to lose. I don't know what happened. Better reset. It's not making that noise like it normally does when it's not happy. Okay, bro. Okay. This is the part that just pissed me off. Like, what am I doing that's wrong? You're moving this to here and you're pushing it out. Or, oh, it was doing that because I lost on time. Yeah, clearly it poses some challenge there, but again, that's not necessarily even the fault of the... Well, I mean, even if it had the magnets, like, you can understand, using a board like this, even in real life, like a physical board, not with any of this magnetic lights and nonsense, just an actual physical board like I was doing before, you might be able to even see it in the background to the left a little bit. That would still be the same because it would take you a certain amount of time. Okay, see you later.